last time, as you had just sent Caldana through. Caldana, you emerge on the other side of this hole in the wall that they've created, and you're on a path. It's an alleyway, just like the one on the outside. Although it looks different. The cement here, the stone here, is not disheveled and broken up. It is all very well tended to. It's all properly mortared. As you walk along, you're like, it got nicer is the best way I think I can think to describe it. But you are at the end of probably about a 20-foot alleyway that is leading you forward.
I'm gonna wait for other people.
Okay.
Probably shouldn't just ditch them.
So you all watch as Caldana disappears into this hole, and there's just silence.
Are you safe? Have you been
It's a
eaten?
hole.
Have you been eaten
What
by a
is going to
werebear?
eat me?
I
Are
don't
you
know. I've
nice?
never been there before. Could be
What's
werebears.
your name?
How old are you? Are you friendly?
Get your asses through here.
Rialto will go next.
So one at a time, you all make your way into this sectioned off area of Laakhi's Haven.
Do I actually fit in the hole?
You do. Everyone
Okay.
it's like, now that it's not blocked up anymore, it's a size. It's like, probably about 6 feet across and probably about 7 feet high. This is like it's an entryway.
I was gonna say there's a few of us that are a bit bigger than a normal person.
There are. This is definitely designed that even because tieflings can get quite tall, so this is designed that anyone could fit through it, especially with the horns. So you all make your way through, and indeed, it looks nicer. All of the buildings on the outer perimeter of Laakhi's Haven, where the alleyways twisted and turned and took you through buildings and all around, they were all crumbling and falling apart. The stones that made up the ground were all bent out of shape or lifted up from the cold, the snow freezing and then melting and freezing. Everything was really messed up outside, and yet as you walk through here, this place seems very different. As you look along the walls, there are beautiful colored tapestries in all kinds of different styles hanging down. You notice that there are a lot of things that are clearly makeshift here. Like, things have definitely been done kind of secondhand or made to fit in so many ways, but done so skillfully and really with a lot of attention to detail. Everything here looks very well kept and well taken care of. And as you make your way down this alleyway, there is a tiefling standing at the end of it. He is about 6 feet tall. He is armored and wearing he has crimson red flesh, as all tieflings do, and he is wearing a suit of chainmail that he seems to be. He seems bored, I think, is the best way to describe it. He has a polearm that is at his side, and he seems very bored until he sees the lot of you starting to make your way down the alley. In which case, you see him make a sign. Kara.
Caldana.
Sorry, Caldana. You recognize the sign the moment you see it. He signaled, "Go get help," in Windspeak.
Ah, that's not great.
All right. You're here. Oh, we should speak to the guardsman to find the person we need to find.
We need to find someone
He
of
just sent
authority.
someone to get help.
Get help?
Oh,
So
excellent. We need help.
I assume at least the rest of you and possibly me are not welcome.
Jockin looks. Wait, how do you know that he sent someone to go get help?
Did you not see his hands?
Is that what this means?
I understand. I do not know the language, but the tieflings in the mountains use Windspeak.
Oh!
Psychic.
It's not psychic, actually. It's hand gestures. It's quite ingenious.
He has psychic hands.
Sure,
I'm
he
gonna
has
wave.
psychic hands.
Melody, you wave at this man who looks incredibly perturbed. There is a tiefling among you, which actually, ironically, does have him a little bit more at ease. However, not only are you accompanied by an armed captain of the guard, but also 4 other individuals that he does not know. But he kind of moves over and stands at the exit of this alleyway and puts, kind of once firmly plants his pole arm into the ground and says, "Who are you?" His accent is, he sounds like a mountain tiefling. He doesn't sound like a firstborn. I would say Caldana, you would probably know that, and Rialta, you'd probably know that too. Jockin's like, "Oh, right. Sorry. My bad. Greetings. We are representatives of the Guard of Mina's Grove. We come to ask the matriarch about one who was arrested in the marketplace today."
Caldana's gonna sign to this tiefling. He is.
Tiefling? Caldana, make a persuasion roll.
Oh no.
You can make it with advantage.
That will help, I'm sure. Yeah, that'll definitely help
Statistically.
because first roll was a 1. Okay, that's how my dice are gonna be. That's gonna be a nat 20 for 21.
Okay, great. Very nice. So seeing you communicate in Windspeak, he kind of raises an eyebrow for a moment, and you see him start signing. You all see him start signing back, and clearly he is communicating with Caldana in a language that none of you understand. However, Caldana, he says to you, effectively, he communicates, "And who are all these people?"
Would you like to
Uh,
interpret?
Would you like what?
No, she's just assuming that Caldana's trying to be helpful. Would you like to interpret?
let me think of. Caldana will interpret, but she is going to sign back. We're trying to prove the innocence of. Is there a way to do names in Windspeak or?
Yeah,
I
just
mean-
like sign language, you just spell it out.
Yeah.
There's an alphabet in
Okay.
Windspeak, so you
Yeah.
spell it out.
I have immediately forgotten her name. The god's hand that
Rashaya is who you're looking for.
Rashaya.
We're trying to prove Rashaya's innocence.
His eyes kind of widen at that, and he nods. All right. Come with me. And he turns and starts to lead you all into Laakhi's Haven proper. As this is happening, Jockin nudges you. Caldana is like, "Hey, that was really good. I need to get some people to learn that, because that would make my job a lot easier. Can you
Yeah.
teach me that?"
I don't know if it's something that you can learn, good sir. I think that they're born with it.
you see this man look back at you like,
Well, some maybe are born with more talent in their hands than others. She'll just look at Sir Varys and smile.
Yes, talented hands. That they talk with. Yeah.
So as you enter into the proper section of Laakhi's Haven, up above you can now see the sunshine shining down brightly on this kind of central square. So the whole section of Laakhi's Haven, the outermost buildings are all these crumbling and decrepit buildings, and then the inner buildings is the actual part of Laakhi's Haven, and these are again very well taken care of. They have artwork done all across them, all of them in very traditional styles for the tiefling. Lots of very bright colors being used. These don't look like they're of the mountain, however, even though this guard did. These are definitely the works of the firstborn tiefling. All around you can see people are crafting. They are whether they are making clothing. Some of, huh?
With their hands.
Some are. Some are literally sewing by hand. Others are using a loom and whatnot. But all of them are making different things, and you can kind of figure these are probably their goods that they have to trade and have to send out, which is what the Hand of the Goddess normally does.
I lean over to Rialta.
Mhm.
You're right. They are skilled with their hands innately. This is good.
Oh, that's why you wanted to know. You are taken throughout this area. You see all manner of tieflings, all different ages. It's very crowded here, is one thing you know. Notice. There are, as you look up at the buildings, every window you see, especially right now, has tieflings in it, and they're looking out at you because you're a bunch of outsiders in the middle of Laakhi's Haven, and that's a weird sight. But you can see that like each of these buildings is probably holding, 10 to 20 families. Like these are very, very crowded conditions, very, very cramped quarters. But you're taken along down the central path past, it's not a market, but there's a series of tables that have food set up on them. And you see as you walk past every now and then a tiefling will walk up and take something off of it and then just leave. And there's no commerce exchange. They just take it and go. You are taken about 5 minutes walk through Laakhi's Haven until you are brought to a small tent that is basically attached to the side of one of these outer buildings. So it's the tops of this cloth tent are nailed into the side of the building and then come down at an angular at a slope. And then there's two flaps that are just hanging in the front and basically sealing off the tent. As you get there, you see a young girl standing there. Where did I put her? She is a girl who probably looks to be in about her late teens. She's got soft brown hair that pairs nicely with her crimson red flesh and a sweet face. She's only about 5 feet tall, very short for a tiefling, and you notice she's wearing a long set of black robes. And so as she sees you approaching, she kind of glances at the guard who does not speak in Windspeak to her. Instead, he speaks... does anyone here speak Infernal?
I do.
I
I
think
I
me.
do.
It would
you
be
do
Infernal or
Caldana.
Tiefling.
You do Caldana.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
you did, I'd
sure
be
I
scared.
do.
Yeah.
Wait.
It's either Infernal or Tiefling. I don't remember what I had you write it down as.
Yes, I do speak it.
Okay. So they are speaking Tiefling. And the guard who is leading you down there says, the captain of the Minas Grove Guard is here in regards to Rashaya. She was arrested. The girl's eyes kind of grow wide at that, and she like looks to him as if to confirm it before nodding and sending him on his way. He looks to you. I understand that Rashaya is in some sort of trouble?
Yes, unfortunately so. She was accused of stealing food at the stands.
That is ridiculous. No tiefling of Laakhi's Haven, much less a Hand of the Goddess, would ever steal.
Of course. Hello. I am Sir Varus. Sir Varus the Green, if you need. Yeah. While I'm sure that is true, the accusation is not entirely without merit. You see, by which I mean that circumstances have placed the individual in question not only there, but mostly alone at the time that these items gone missing.
He kind of gives a nasty look to you for a moment and then looks over at the captain of the guard, who nods. Please understand, we are not here accusing her. We are actually investigating. I do not wish to have her turned over to the constable. I would much rather be able to determine her guilt or innocence myself, and these are my friends who are helping me in that investigation. I am pleased to say that it does seem like some of the evidence suggests that perhaps she was innocent. The girl, her face softens somewhat. However, she does respond, well, of course the evidence would suggest that she didn't steal anything. I apologize. My name is Ika. I'm a handmaiden to the matriarch here. Come in. I will have you speak with matriarch Ashana.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
You are shown in to this tent. It is not particularly large, maybe 10 feet across by 15 feet long. It's it's big enough for all of you to fit comfortably inside, but it's not a particularly large room. There is a rug done up in a brilliant purple with gold trim that takes you straight up towards where there is what looks to be a fairly comfortable arrangement of pillows and a blanket, and sitting beneath that blanket is a very old tiefling. Tieflings live to be between 80 and 100 years, and this woman is up there. She is, she's probably 80 years of age or so. Her hair is long since silvered, hanging all the way down to her lower back, and her flesh has faded somewhat to more of a deep pink or a burned pink instead of the crimson red that most all tieflings are. You get the sense that, of course, like all tieflings, it was at one time crimson red, but over the years it's definitely faded somewhat. Her horns are very long, growing up and curving back like a gazelle's, and coating her body are names. You can see hundreds of these names if you can read tiefling. If you can't read tiefling, you see a lot of scratching and scrawling all across her. But those of you who can read, who can speak tiefling, you see that you can tell that these are names.
These appear to be names that traditionally be tiefling names, or any other cultures that stick out.
They all look to be tiefling names.
I'm
Yeah.
staring at the carpet.
You're staring at the carpet?
It's a pretty cool carpet.
It is a very nice carpet. She looks up, and her voice is a little bit shaky as she speaks. You don't sense for any kind of nefarious reason. She's just very old. Her voice is, at one time, was clearly very lovely. This woman had a powerful, commanding voice at one time, and now, like so many things with age, it has receded somewhat. And she looks up. Welcome to Laakhi's Haven. It is not often I have outsiders brought before me. She gives a glance towards Ika, who nods to her. He looks to you, Caldana. No, actually, first, he looks to Cerberus. And she seems to study you for a very long moment before her thin lips curl up into a smile. It has been a long time since I have seen or heard of one from the Order of the Green Men.
Raises that. Matriarch, he says. He bows. You know of my order then?
Wait, so it wasn't made up?
No.
No, it's not made up.
It is
Oh.
Probably makes up some parts of it, but that's different.
it is the Good Knight's order that many hundreds of years ago stood against the worst of us. And you are an honored guest here, as all of your ancestors would have been.
Cerberus will take a knee, and bow. You are too kind to offer hearth and home to a wandering knight. We hope to offer you service, matriarch, and I hope to do the same in the name both of my order and of justice. It seems that one of your own is accused, and the accusation, he's saying this all while looking down at the ground, is not wholly without reasonable suspicion. Still, there is no confirmation, and so we seek truth. The most elusive of quarry that the hunters of my order have searched for their entire lives, some dying before ever finding it. I hope that with your time, your wisdom that age has given you, you would help open our eyes, if you would be so kind.
Two of you may make a perception check. Your choice who does it.
Uh,
Or one of you may make it with advantage. Up to you.
You're talking to when you say two of
The
you.
whole of you. The whole of the party. Two
I
of you
get-
of your party, two of you can make a perception check.
I
Got
get
it,
plus.
understand.
I get +6. So whoever's if anyone's.
I'm looking at the ground, so I'm gonna say I'm not even doing it.
I
I
have
say you do that with
+4.
advantage.
You want me to have it with advantage?
That's probably better, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
Make a perception check with advantage.
13.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a sucky roll, but that's okay.
Mm.
Rialto.
Yeah.
As Cerberus is speaking, you notice two things I would say very quickly.
Yes.
One is Captain Sageland, who definitely did not believe that Cerberus was any kind of knight. And he is standing there with his eyebrows raised, going, just like his mouth agape. Like,
Ruined.
the other thing you notice is Ika, who also did not recognize a knight of the order, and she looks very embarrassed, and she is looking away, very upset with herself.
Okay.
Add me to the pile, but this is more confusion than anything.
Yeah. So that's what you notice.
I'm gonna pat the captain on the shoulder and go. Sometimes we do not have access to such esoteric information.
Well, rest assured, Rashaya is one of our hands of the goddess. The hands of the goddess are the best of us. They represent our values as firstborn. They sacrifice more so than any other tieflings of the firstborn, that they may help to provide for our community here. It is against all of our code to steal. And if it is true that Rashaya stole, however good intentioned she may be, she would know that she would never be welcome to return. Jockin seems to frown at that. It definitely doesn't quite line up in his mind then. So, if she's caught stealing, even by you guys, you would banish her? And the lady nods. The matriarch. She nods at that. Yes. We have had to do it before. Some, in their desire to make better their community, turn to actions such as theft, or in some cases even worse. But this ultimately, while a short-term solution, brings even further hatred and mistrust upon our people. We cannot allow it.
So wait, if this is only if she did do it, right?
She nods. Allow me to be clear. I don't believe for a moment that Rashaya is guilty of theft. She is one of the best hands of the goddess that we have had in my lifetime. I am merely telling you that she would know the punishment were she to do it. And I don't think she would.
I mean, it'd also suck that you would get thrown out of your home. I mean, it's your home. Is where the people who care for you, who love you, are there. And if you lose that, well, it's sad.
The more reason not to.
She smiles and looks to Melody. What is your name, child?
I'm Melody.
Melody. One of the Dragonborn, and to whose brood do you belong?
Wait, and she
Mm.
kind of like struggles at that before she goes, Mom and Mama always said ivory.
Ah, the ivory dragon. One of the greatest of dragon's children. You are welcome among us here.
Oh, thank you.
Ika, I believe we have the inventories for things brought back over the last couple weeks, yes? The girl, who is still kind of brooding in the corner, hops up. Yes, my matriarch. We have all of the list of everything brought back over the last few weeks. Captain, would that prove sufficient to show what has been brought back? The guard captain seems to think about it for a moment. He looks conflicted on his face because he knows that, well, as long as Rashai is not acting alone, they could just lie about what's on the inventory.
Rialta's going to speak up
Oh.
and say that, Captain, I think it is important to maybe consider, when you think of this proof, are you ready to stand accused only of Rashaya or of a conspiracy among the higher-ups here?
Yeah, Brooks is gonna add on to that. They wouldn't have had time to doctor their records before we came. She was only accused and arrested this morning. It would make no sense.
Too true. Very well. If you could bring me these records, I will take them back to headquarters and study them.
Matriarch, if I may. She'll bow her head.
Miles. Ah, a dwarf of the mountains. One who searches for answers in the stars.
Yes, that is correct. I am Rialta Folknir.
Rialta Folknir. I am Ashana. She's definitely already introduced herself.
I was about to say, I was like, I don't think it was the first time she said. Anyway,
It's not.
she will simply just bow her head and not make note of that. I do not know if it will be relevant, but it was mentioned to us by witnesses when we were asking around in regards to those who knew of Rashaya and her character that there was another hand of the goddess that accompanied her for some time.
A man, correct?
That's what I remember it to be.
Make a perception check.
Cerberus is still looking at the ground.
Actually, make an insight check.
Insight check, you got it. Not trained, but 21's pretty good, so I'll take it.
Her mood changes at the mention of this other person. She seems sadder. She
Mhm.
seems more withdrawn almost immediately at the mention of this person. Ah, you speak of Kuldan, the hand of the goddess. He is not well.
I am sorry to hear that. Must not be easy for such an important member to be ill.
No. He has taken ill for a fortnight nearly now. Ika looks conflicted on her face right now.
Cerberus will ask. Our understanding, matriarch, is that he has recently stopped appearing, I assume due to his illness. Do you believe that this could play any part in what we've discussed here today?
I do not believe that any hand of the goddess would steal. I Rashaya has had to fill in for Kuldan in his absence. Rialta.
Yeah.
Perception check.
I'm a beast. Nope, that's an 8.
You don't seem to notice anything.
Okay.
Captain Sagelin speaks up. Still, maybe it would be if he's well enough to speak. It might do us well to talk with him. Maybe he could help clear up some of the misunderstanding. And she regards him particularly coldly right now. I apologize. He has not awakened in some days.
Just have natural skill in it.
I
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, you have good wisdom, so I would think.
Yeah, I just have natural wisdom on it, but not trained.
Right.
Yeah, I am. I will inquire about, what is the nature of his sickness.
Rox, as you ask that, she looks to you as you start speaking to her, and as you ask, you notice her eyes dart towards the guard captain, towards Captain Sagelin, and she glanced at him for a moment before looking back to you. He has not awakened. Took ill with fever. The handmaidens who have tended to him say that he is, well, turning in his sleep. He is not himself in his brief moments of lucidity.
Varys will stand and turn to the captain.
Mhm.
Well, Captain, I think we have enough then. We have the word of this woman that I will stand by. You have your evidence, though I find it wholly unnecessary. She has given us fair testimony and sworn by it, and at this point, it seems unnecessary to continue with the investigation. Wouldn't you agree?
And you
Ah,
have a description of another potential suspect.
We do.
Yes, the
Well,
halfling.
yes. I had forgotten.
Uh, he nods, now suddenly feeling like he might be the odd man out, but he nods. Yes, at this point, I don't believe that there is enough evidence to hand her over to the constable. I will take their inventory logs back to Mina's arms and peruse them, and if they line up with, as they've said, with the record of sales from the merchant, then she will be released. If you'll excuse me, and he turns to leave. He actually stops and says, real quick, "Oh, come back either this evening or in the morning, whenever suits you." To you all, she
Oh,
says.
got it.
And he's just leaving us in this tent.
Yeah, he
Yes.
turns to leave.
Okay.
Let him leave. Let
Wanted
him
to be good at
leave.
following that, right?
Mm-hmm. Ashana kind of watches as he leaves, waiting a moment for him to walk away.
Mhm.
Before she looks back to you all.
Oh, I don't actually know this information. Never mind. Claire does.
I apologize. Even to this day, even someone who's been around as long as I have, I've had a number of bad experiences with the guards of Mina's Grove back to my childhood. He looks to you, Caldana. Know you what I speak of.
I'm not from here, and I can't remember anything before the Red Lady came for me.
The Red Lady. You speak of Sylvie, the goddess of rebirth.
Caldana just nods. Is her phoenix tattoo anywhere?
Yeah, it's on your shoulder right now. He looks at it. I suspect that it will not be long before I myself speak with the Red Woman. At that, Ika glances over, horrified. She's like, Matriarch. Heavens forbid.
That would be good news with her, as opposed to her lover, the boss. Her lover, boss.
But all who speak to the Red Lady speak with Boss. It is she who takes your soul to the god of death, and she who blesses you in your next life. But it is her lover who escorts you to the next life. Kuldan is not here. Once again, Ika glances over, horrified. But this woman nods. He has been gone now for a month.
Missing or gone?
He left. As I said, there are those among the firstborn who seek to make a better life for their people, who believe the injustices of the world necessitate stronger actions. He and about 40 of us left a month ago.
Cerberus raises eyebrows and then looks at Melody. Wait, so he's not sick?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I apologize for the deception, though indeed he is not in his right mind. What moments of lucidity he has left are filled with promises, empty promises about how change could be brought.
Do you know where they would?
I'm sorry. I do not know where they have gone. Mine do not often leave Laakhi's haven, save for the hands of the goddess. Ika here is training to be Kuldan's replacement. Ika kind of blushes a light pink at that. She is
Good
not.
luck.
She is not yet ready, but she has come far in a short period of time. Oh, thank you, Darkflux.
Oh look,
kind.
5 inspo, 5 players.
8.
1 for all and all for Cerberus. 1 inspiration for everyone.
All right, one inspo to everybody.
One for all and all for Cerberus.
Oh, she nods.
Yes. So you said that you came across a promise of change?
No. Well, perhaps he did. But he is the one making the promises of change, and too many of our brethren have been willing to follow him in the hopes that it is true. It is not. It is something that I have seen and my ancestors have seen, and it always leads to our destruction.
And what would that be?
He looks at you, Brooks, eyeing the tattoos along your arms and looking down at the tattoos on hers. So different our people are, and yet in so many ways the same. It is the curse of all tieflings to bear the flesh of Scala, an ancestor for whom we still pay the price. And yet, when things grow bad, even one such as she could look appealing.
Suggesting this man invokes the name of the dead one?
I fear that he may, or another. One dread demon is the same as the next, I'm afraid.
What do I know about dread demons?
Make a religion or history check.
I was, yeah, basically same as you said, another.
Yep.
I'm actually
If
gonna
anyone
roll.
wants to know, you may make a religion or history check.
I'm gonna roll my own dice. Oh, that wasn't so good. 10.
14.
You as well.
I am trained in neither.
4. Jesus.
So 12, 14, 4, and 10. All right. Who had the 14?
Yo.
Yo. All right. I will tell you all what you know about dread demons, and Caldana, I will grant you one question that you may ask representing knowledge that you've accumulated.
Oh
Alright.
no.
I was
That's a
struggling.
good thing.
I was struggling to roll. I haven't done it yet. You said religion or history.
Religion or history.
That is correct.
So
Nice
say
thing about this world, they're often the same.
I was gonna say, didn't
nice
it come
is
up
an
last
interesting word.
week that we all had
Yes!
the exact same in both?
So I think I accidentally rolled with advantage again, but that's okay because
Bend an
I have
Actually,
lots-
you accidentally rolled with disadvantage.
yeah.
Oh.
Okay,
make-
I gotta re-roll then. Hold on one second.
Check make sure you got tagged normal, not advantage or disadvantage at the top.
Yeah, I got it tagged. All right. You know what? I will roll with advantage though.
Do it.
By the
Spend
way,
inspo. You got a billion of them.
With that disadvantage, I rolled a 4, which I was actually kind of excited about. But that's
Yeah.
okay. Give me 1 second. I got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. So, Rob, I will grant you 2 questions about dread demons that you may ask, and Caldana, you can have 1. Dread demons are the other side of the coin to the gods and goddesses of this world. When one who bears her divine spark is sufficiently lauded, worshipped, and given faith in, their spark ignites and they become a deity if they so choose. Some choose another path altogether. However, it works the other way as well. When one is sufficiently hated and feared or detested, their spark ignites just the same, but they do not get to pass to the celestial plane. They remain bound to the primaterial plane, and there they become a dread demon. They become an embodiment. I'm sorry, I froze all your cameras again. They become an embodiment of whatever emotion wrought them. And that is what you all know about dread demons. You also know the most famous of the dread demons is the dread demon of hatred, Scala, who ruled Terrasen for over 100 years before she was defeated by the goddess Laakhi. That is what you know. Rob, you have 2 questions. Varys, you have 2 questions. And Caldana, you have 1 question to ask.
Is there another dread demon that would appeal to a tiefling? Like in this
Interesting.
guy's situation?
Yep, interesting. So there is kind of an ugly double-edged sword to this because by the very nature of how gods and goddesses and dread demons are all created, there are very few tiefling gods and goddesses in the current pantheon. In fact, the only one is the matriarch. However, almost half of the dread demons that have come to existence since the time of Scala have been tieflings. So there is not a ton known about dread demons because there is a group called the Laakhi's Inquisition who goes around and makes sure that not a lot is known about dread demons. But yeah, I would say that there are other dread demons that might be appealing to a tiefling. Rob, Varys, what questions would you like?
Tell me if this is one of the questions or
Certainly.
if counts for this. Did the dread demons, when Scala was ruler, right?
Yes.
Do the dread demons form a hierarchy? Do they serve her, or are they somewhat like the gods, independent from her, or even rivals?
I love this question because your order has a myth about that. They don't say it's a myth, but the rest of the world would probably say it's a myth.
No, the rest of the world's misinformed.
That's true. Your order, though, tells stories of when Scala originally rose to power, because they were here during that time. They are one of the few orders that are still around now that was here during that era. And famously, according to your people, when Scala first rose to power, she did bring together all the other dread demons that were in existence at the time. There weren't very many, and they weren't very powerful. Dread demons had not, in that era, discovered that by increasing how much they are feared and hated, they can get more powerful, just like a god or a goddess can with faith. They hadn't discovered that. Scala was the first to learn that, and it was a very bad day for the world when she did. She gathered up every dread demon on Terrasen and had them beheaded in front of the peoples of whatever city they were in. She murdered every last one of them and said that she would be the only dread demon.
That's pretty metal.
And so there was rumored by your people that there were 6 other dread demons around at the time of Scala, each of which she had killed.
See.
And you have one more question you may ask.
I don't know if this is related to the previous one, and if it is, I don't know if I want to be my question, so you tell me if it would
Okay.
be. Are you implying then that there shouldn't be other dread demons? They should have been killed and dead.
Yeah. So this is a different question.
Okay.
Your order has, on occasion, spoken with a group called the Laakhi's Inquisition. It is an order that you know for a fact was not founded by Laakhi because they did not. They weren't founded until 100 years after she was gone. However, they are known for going around and containing dread demons, much like a plague is contained. Because they get stronger, the more fear or hate they have, the easiest way to depower them and keep them weak is to limit how much people know about them or know whether they exist. It's very hard to know about dread demons, or the specifics of them, what their names are. You may know that one was found and killed, but you don't genuinely get to hear much about who they were or what they are. So you would have some knowledge that there are, according to the Laakhi's Inquisition anyway, there are currently no active dread demons on Terrasen. There are none that are in existence at the moment, with the exception of supposedly there is one that the Laakhi's Inquisition was able to snuff out their worshippers, but not actually slay the demon itself, and they don't know what happened to it.
If this is a question I can't ask because I didn't go to tell me, but would it be possible with what I've done to know, if not the name, what that entity has been alluded to or called or said
There-
in a way that doesn't invoke it?
There's a rumor that a woman in Stone's Throw became this dread demon in front of everybody. Like it was her actual ignition of her spark was public when it happened. But you don't know the details of it.
Varys will look, I would say, troubled by the news listed here.
She looks troubled as well.
Yes, well, I do too.
And
Same.
she looks up. Yes, it is. You can imagine why I chose not to share it with the good Captain Sagelin. I don't mean to be distrusting of him. He has always been a good man and fair to us, but you mention a dread demon, and things change quickly.
Indeed. Is this surprising of Kulan? Is this out of character for him to think this is a thing to do?
Kuldan was much like Rashaya. He was a good hand of the goddess. He cares and does still care about every one of us. He wants a better life for tieflings all across Terrasen. He has allowed melancholy and hopelessness to fester within him, and it has turned him down this path. Hopelessness, child, is always what leads to suffering.
Right, Jedi Master. I'm teasing.
Corruption of good souls is the purview of demon kind.
Yes, it is so very true, good Sir Knight. By the way, I do apologize. I haven't introduced myself yet. I am Matriarch Ashana. I'm very pleased to meet you. Hello, dear. A Dragonborn, we don't see many of your kind here.
I look
Hi,
at
I'm Melody.
Iki. What's her name?
Ika.
Ika. I look at Ika's expression as she is repeating herself.
Yeah,
again.
Ika is, she has a look of, do I interrupt her and, like, point it out? Or she is clearly a girl who, at her age, she was trained to be a hand of the goddess, but that training suddenly got accelerated. And so she's doing her best. But she goes over and puts a hand on the shoulder of the matriarch and leans in to whisper something in her ear. You're not quite able to hear. The matriarch nods and seems to think about it for a moment. Yes, that would be quite fine. She looks to you all. Are you hungry?
If
No,
you
and then her stomach rumbles.
I believe she has
Cerberus will
said
let
the
that speak
opposite
for
of what her body is telling her.
We, of course.
Side-eye.
I don't eat much. I had what that lady say? It was it made me feel very energetic.
Coffee, a
Oh,
latte, I
that's
believe.
right.
Latte, yeah, it was really
Ah.
sweet.
Cerberus, Obadiah, you should not ignore the wisdom of your temple, Melody. In this case, it has told you two things, I believe. Both that you must replenish it, and also that you have had quite enough of that
Wait,
latte.
so I'm confused. Should I eat or should I not?
You should eat, but not drink the latte specifically. I think you should. Don't, please.
I think your body's had enough of the latte, but it does seem to be in need of food, as I believe I can speak the same for all of us.
Oh, I just don't tend to eat much. Whatever I get, I buy food for the kitties if they look hungry.
Cats are natural predators, hunters of great repute, Melody. Your kindness is grand, but you're young. You're growing. You must
I'm not that
replenish.
young. I just hit my 18th summer.
Selfane, thank you. Who are those gift subs going to?
D&D let's go.
Or a sub, actually.
They are.
Oh wow.
So yep, tier 2 subs, so that's 2. Whoever needs it most.
Definitely Brooks.
Brooks.
Mhm.
All right, Brooks.
Me.
Take 2
Me.
inspo.
What the hell? What
Oh.
about me?
So the
I only have
matriarch,
7.
That puts me at 5.
well done.
Nice.
Now you're more than me. All
The
right.
matriarch,
I was gonna say it would be split between you and me.
the matriarch signals
Only if you
to
want to be.
Okay.
Ika, please, Ika, go and bring our guests food. Ika looks surprised by this. Ika looks surprised, but she nods and bows politely before exiting the tent. Ashana motions over to a series of pillows that are on the ground with a red cloth spread in between them for you all to dine around. You
Cerberus.
may eat as my guests tonight.
Is most generous matriarch.
Cerberus below.
Go sit down. They're comfy. They feel nice.
Yay.
Any who would take the time to help to prove the innocence of a tiefling are welcome within Laakhi's haven. Oh.
Simply doing what is right.
Indeed.
Cerberus nods sagely at that.
If I might ask then, Brox, you come from the deserts, far to the north, and Uruk, her 6th born. You carry with you your duty upon your flesh.
Duty.
What then brings you so far to Mina's Grove?
Cerberus
Not
looks nervously at. Sorry, Cerberus looks nervously at Melody.
What?
Not my duty, but my choices.
Ah, an insidiae. Well,
Same flat stare she just gives at everybody who says that.
please. That is not something that is to be said as an insult, at least not among the tiefling, though I know many of your brethren back home would disagree. It is, remember, great red sword Insidiae that was given to Uruk by the goddess herself to help stand against dragon. Clearly, at least in this old woman's eyes, there was a point to Insidiae, a balance that must needs be had to stand against evil.
Varys will lean over to Caldana. Is calling one of the Uruk and Insidiae like calling one of the tieflings a Scalaborn?
Matriarch Ashana raises her eyebrows.
He tried to whisper it.
Caldana's just gonna take a very deep breath and try not to strangle him.
That is a term you would do well to not speak aloud within the haven.
Oh, I told him it was rude.
He has since learned that. He has been rather out of touch, it seems, with the rest of the world since he has come out of his forests.
Please, Kai and Rialta, I must own my mistakes. There is no excuse. I am sorry, Matriarch. I am simply learning. I am less years out of my squirehood than I wish. And in truth, I am hoping simply to. Well, I realize that I think the world has changed quite a bit. That's
The ways
perhaps
of this
the
world
height
are
of my order.
the ways of this world are indeed myriad. It can
Change
take some adjustment to get used to.
Change is inevitable, and indeed much has. Some things, nevertheless, do stay the same. But, Sir Varys, I think you and your order have much left to offer this world.
Sir Varys is really happy to hear that.
You say that you are not so many years out of your squirehood as you would like.
Only 18.
Well, rest assured, were I 50 years younger, we would be having a very different conversation. And she kind of laughs.
Elder raises her eyebrows.
Sir
I don't
Varys,
get it.
Sir Varys bows his head. You flatter me, my lady.
Wait,
Were-
wait. What were
Were
you
you 50
talking
years younger, I would dare not speak to you without an escort. I assure you.
She looks like she enjoyed that comment very much, and she nods. I like you, Sir Varys.
He smiles.
Well, that's a first.
Ika returns about this time, and she brings a number of trays of food, 3 of them that she places down in the center of the cloth that has been provided. She also brings 2 goblets of, or 2 pitchers and 5 goblets for you all of water. It's nothing fancy. It's mostly prepared vegetables and fruits. There's some bread alongside of it, and water. It's a very simple meal, but you get the feeling this is likely what the Laakhi's chosen, what the firstborn, subsist on.
Bring us a feast, my lady.
It's what's available.
Exactly. It's what's available, and it's what can be bought cheap.
Stay.
Sir Varys will offer to pour water for everyone. Sorry.
Shauna continues to sit at her kind of makeshift throne. You get the feeling she probably doesn't get up very often. She, as her hands come out to start taking food, they are very wrinkled and have grown quite thin. She is, this is a woman who is definitely nearing the end of her life.
Melody at that point, when she sees that that the matriarch is uh reaching for food, she's going to stand up from where she is, place herself between the matriarch and the food, and start handing her stuff.
She looks at you, kind of surprised, and I actually need to make a check for her.
Cerberus nods approvingly.
She looks at you, Melody, and her eyes descend down onto your neck, and you see that you can feel your teddy bear currently running across your flesh there.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to introduce. Hi, I'm Melody, and this is Fluffles.
It is very nice to meet you, Melody and Fluffles. I am Matriarch Ashana.
Oh,
I have been overseeing this village here for Ika. How long has it been since Mother passed? Ika glances over and is like, "Before I was born, ma'am." She nods.
Many years, it seems.
You will have to excuse Ika. It is only her 10th summer. Ika
oh,
glances over like, "It is not." But very well. You bear with you a great mark. That of a matriarch. There are few tiefling gods and goddesses, even less major gods and goddesses, most of them regional, local, worshipped by a handful. But even the peoples of Terrasen were not able to turn away from the matriarch and look upon her. A kind woman and a cruel one.
oh, yes. I think I met her. She gave me an umbrella, and I don't know why, but my clothes feel a lot nicer after meeting her.
He looks at you for a moment again. She nods and smiles as she looks over. Yes, I can see her blessing upon you. Never shall rain touch your flesh or stain your clothing. She has shown you great kindness, and you honor her not only by helping the children, but also an elderly in need.
Oh well, it's the least I can do. I mean, you're. I mean, I don't want to be offensive, but I don't like seeing older people having a hard time doing um normal stuff. So if I can help, I will.
Hmm.
I see. Well, that is very kind of you. You have a good heart, Melody. Please, all of you, enjoy your meal. And she kind of leans back and just, like many older women, she doesn't eat very much. She eats just a couple of bites of food effectively before she says she's full. And she watches you all and just seeming to enjoying watching you talk and listening to your stories.
I'm going to pull out my lute and just while this is happening, just play like a little voiceless tune just to kind of like accompany the atmosphere.
It seems interesting. We all seem to have a commonality.
Oh,
Yes.
Cerberus.
These
Well,
tattoos.
I am the only knight here.
I just mean that we each of us seem to have, if I understand correctly, had a meeting with one of the prophets or gods under the prime goddess, I should say, perhaps.
Oh, yes, I did meet with Father Oak and Lady Ash, though I assure you not for the first time. As a devout member of my order, they regularly communicate with us in various ways, such as the rustling of oak leaves or a particularly beautiful moth in the moonlight. You have to read these things subtly. They're
complicated. You have to have an eye for it. But yes, this was a more direct communication than I am used to. I suppose that's true. Eh, But you also met Lady Ash and Father Oak?
No, I'm not entirely familiar with those ones, but I did
Would
meet
you like to
with
hear about them?
uh perhaps on an evening when there is not else interesting to do. I shall take notes.
He looks disappointed.
She just smiles. I'm joking. When we have time, I would love to hear more.
He looks less disappointed.
I was met with Selena, the one of
Gomez?
the one
The
the one of the moon and stars. What
the,
did you say?
the goddess of the moon and stars met with you. You are an interesting bunch indeed.
Is it not common to meet gods or goddesses?
No, child. It is common, I would say, to receive of their boon. Many of them, if you pray to them and you make them a proper offering, they will respond in one way or another. But to see one manifest before you and speak to you is a rarity. It happens maybe once in a generation. For you
Oh,
see, a god must expend a great deal of their energies to manifest on this plane. Theirs is the realm of the celestial. And to come here takes, well, quite a bit.
oh, well, she did say that I could do something to help heal the world, so that's why I went to this place.
You were given a quest.
I think we all were.
In some form.
Oh, what, Melody's quest is pretty good. It's the heal the world quest, so
Oh
I
no,
don't mean to be that.
that's just what my people do. We go out because we're not supposed to really go out unless we're performers, and I haven't really done the rites of performing yet, so I'm not technically a performer. But what we do, and my mom and mama does this, is spread joy and hope, and and in doing so we can help heal the world. And we do this through song or cooking. Mom is really good at cooking, but mom is like, well, I'm gonna be a better cook than you, but mama's really good at like knitting stuff and and I don't know. I guess I like to sing. I like to sing that kind of thing.
I see. So, if you met with the matriarch and Sir Varys met with this Father Oak and Mother Ash,
Yes,
I saw Selena.
Gomez.
Aldana, you met with the Red Lady. Brooks, who did you meet?
And just sort of stares for a moment, considering answering, before Talia.
Alia.
Ah,
Well, that's interesting.
the goddess of fate and destiny.
Like a good one.
Aldana perks up a little bit at that.
A woman said to be of the arachnids, although in life it is believed that she was one of your people, Rialta, and she points a bony finger at her.
Yes, that is indeed what records say. It's a little. People are a little divided as to how she came to be. Of course, we
This-
call her the Great Prophet Talia.
The story says that when she was young, mere child of 8 years, she could read the sky as though it were written in a letter.
Yes, that is the most popular theory. There is also another that at the age of 6, she would draw the constellations in such a way that we're able to be read more clearly.
She looks up. Oh. Hello. I am Matriarch Ashana. Ika quickly goes and whispers to her something again, trying to get her to talk about something else, and she goes, indeed. Is the food to your liking?
It is bountiful and overgenerous, matriarch.
Oh, very much so.
So, which of you has seen the divine? Which of you sent here of all places? Maybe it is providence indeed that you have come. I would not dare to beg a boon of their champions. However, I think I can trust you with this.
Is there a mission you would ask of us?
She sighs. 3 days east of here, there is a temple. It is one that in ancient times, during the age of Scala, tieflings used as a sanctuary. There is a chance that Kuldan would have gone there. I ask if you should find some time at some point. Perhaps you could go there and try to convince him to return. Or if not him, sway his followers.
Interesting. Do you think he would listen to us?
He looks sad. No.
Well, regardless, I know I must try. Cervera stands, wiping the crumbs off his chest and bows low. You have given me hearth and home, even if only for a short time, as well as food to fill my belly and drink to slake my thirst. And so I owe you dearly. I will, in as the rites of the Order of Old require, be more than happy to answer the call.
Thank you.
You said Koldan cares about your people, right?
More than anything, child.
Then there's still a chance the light of hope is still in his heart.
She smiles. I hope that you are right. When
Then
you
it's
can.
my job to let it shine, because that's what I do. Well, what I'm supposed to do as a performer, but it's still gonna be what I'm gonna do.
When you can, then. You need not go immediately. I know that there are a great many things of import happening here in Mina's Grove now, and I am certain the good captain will have things to ask of you. But should you find yourself traveling in that direction, I ask it of you.
Will be done. You have my word.
She smiles then, and her eyes seem to sharpen a little bit. And she stands up. And she walks over to you. And she puts a hand on your shoulder, Severus. Thank you, then. Well, have a lovely evening. And she walks out of the tent.
Oh,
She seems 20 years younger.
Oh, but this raises an eyebrow.
Cerberus.
Melody's gonna look at the food.
Very good bread.
Cerberus, do you have do your people have properties of reversing age?
No. The most
Ika,
of our knights can achieve immortality, however. He says, very happy, with a big smile on his face, like it happens all the time.
Ika rolls her eyes. No, she just likes to do that with everyone. She's only
uh-huh.
64.
So the repeating.
She thinks it's a way of finding people who are good of heart if they are patient with her.
See,
She shakes her head.
it certainly does require an immense amount of patience.
You have no idea.
Wait, that wasn't real? She actually knew our names and stuff?
Apparently, it's true.
Yes, I am certain that she has taken all of your names and your stories to heart. If she was willing to trust you with the
Oh.
location of that temple.
Yes, so well that I'm not even sure if Brooks introduced herself.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I just sort of assumed that all happened.
To be fair, she didn't ever say the name. But
Rialto taps her cheek.
Cerberus
God.
looks back and forth. So you're saying this was a test of the metal of our spirit.
Mm.
I'm saying that if you are interested in women in their 60s, you might have a shot.
Cerberus,
Oh yeah,
this is most
what
good
was
fortune
she?
for you.
What was she talking about with another having another conversation entirely?
Well, you see, Melody, when there is a person who sees another person, and they decide that they find each other pleasing with one another.
Ika walks out of the tent.
Cerberus explains, as a knight, a lady may give me her favor, you see, and I shall wear it proudly as I quest for her, and we shall engage in a sort of repartee, a chaste one, of course, that fulfills us both spiritually, if not at all physically.
What
Uh,
now?
Haldana's gonna lean over to Brooks. I don't think that's the favor she was talking about.
Hardly.
Yes. This has
Oh.
truly been a good day. We have been tested by a wise woman, and we have passed. You should all raise a mug of water in pride for what you have done here today.
I still
Even you,
don't
young
know.
squire. He points to Melody.
I'm
Did
not a
you-
squire, Melody.
Yes, of course.
Have you've declared her your squire?
Oh no, not mine. She said she has a teacher and that she is not yet a fully fledged
Ah.
performer. You are in some sort of apprenticeship yet. You have some sort of teacher or master that was claps you around the ears when you get out of line and works you hard in the morning. Occasionally fires arrows into your tent while you're sleeping to keep your wits about you.
It seems
But
like very
with a
specific.
lute, I suppose. Probably. Maybe some sort of.
Rialto's just writing this down, and she highlights trauma? Question mark. And it keeps writing.
Well, sort of. I do have my studies to do as a performer. I have to learn how to play my instruments and if there's any other crafts that I'm interested in. Like Mama really wanted me to learn how to knit like her, but Mom also tried teaching me how to cook. That wasn't really going very well, but um she decided that maybe cooking wasn't for everyone. So, but we discovered that I'm really good at singing. So they said, "Hey, you can do this." Um, and apparently they thought that I was I was good enough that I could go out with them, and that's what I did. And I sat down with one of their performances, and it was really nice because like there were some people who came over. They were kind of like really curious, and they looked really scary. But like at the end of the performance, they came up to both of my moms, and they were like, thank you so much for that really nice performance." And I've never seen a grown man cry like that before, but I guess like they really started um uh they really started being a lot nicer with each other because afterwards they had like other men, and they started shaking hands and stuff, and it was really nice. Oh, and people try to pay us, but we're not really supposed to uh take anything, and if we do, it's to give it back to other people, because I mean the only thing that we really accomplish is helping spread joy and hope in the world, and that's how we help the world heal.
Hmm. Clean the world through song. She also underlines this.
Cerberus claps Melody on the shoulder. You know, Melody, what you've described there is exactly like my knighthood.
You also have two moms?
Oh, well, I suppose I don't know if I have two mothers. I had a trainer, a knight who took me under his wing. I had many fellows who taught me as well. Some were even good at song, like you. Others better at war, and still others were simply held great wisdom. But most importantly, we supported each other. And, well, I would not be the man I am today if it were not for them and their support. So it sounds to me like you are a warrior, and your lute is your sword, the hope in your heart is your shield, and your quest, it is the same as mine, to bring hope to the world. So yes, I think very much, should you finish your training, you will be a vaunted knight indeed.
Oh, well, I'd very much like to. Um, I don't really know if I'm old enough to do my training yet, but it's been quite a few summers since I've gone back home. I mean, I don't really know how come come home. I got lost and I couldn't find either of my mothers. So for a few summers I stayed where I was, and uh I guess they didn't really find me. So I started looking for them, but I didn't really know how to find them cuz there's supposed to be signs that we're supposed to look for, but they don't teach you that until you become a performer.
As you're all standing there, the words of Matron Ashana ring in each of your minds. As she said, the matriarch, protector of orphans and abandoned children.
Mm-hmm.
Rialto turns to Cerberus. Cerberus, would you say that your teacher shooting arrows into your tent was an effective teaching method? I must find something new to get my students to understand their lessons better.
Well, if the lesson is to always be wary and not sleep in, I found it incredibly effective. It was quite the motivator. Uh, But
Oh, I need them to differentiate constellations better. They are 7. They need to learn these things.
Cerberus looks. He seems to agree with your argument about the age and constellations. Um, I was never the greatest. The circle and the druids are part of it, had far more mastery of the constellations than I. And if I'm honest, I was never the strongest tracker either. But well, it got me quite clotted about the ears a few times. So perhaps you would try that. My master at one point had me memorize the locations of several star clusters uh, all night. I was not allowed to sleep until I could, the following night, after having nothing but water, point exactly to where those star clusters were. I was wrong many, many times, for which he disciplined me appropriately. Uh, it was an important lesson.
I
So,
That must
see.
have been
Oh,
I will have to ask my mother if perhaps this may be better than the standardized testing that she wishes to implement.
oh, is that like a written test?
It seems to be something that the council in Stone's Throw is attempting to do across different major cities in Terracin. It has something to
Wholly
do.
inadequate. Wholly inadequate. Will not does not teach practical skills.
Indeed.
Brux, I would say that you maybe have heard of this. The Stone's Throw, the capital city, has recently begun trying to, in effect, standardize education across Terracin for the first time. They've never, they are a famous city for having the College of Arcanum in it, the only. major college institution on Terracin, but they have recently begun trying to standardize the education procedures across the continent. This has been very easy to do in places like Moonbay or Savior's Cradle, places that are easily accessible.
Yeah,
You're surprised
big
that this.
cities.
Yeah, you're surprised this has reached Heaven's Reach Observatory.
I'm just picturing someone trying to bring the standardized testing to Caldana's people and just no.
They would die. Yeah, that. Yeah, that's basically it. So you all enjoy a meal, and after which, you are not really rushed out by any means. You're allowed to hang out in the area, but eventually, as you decide to leave, you are escorted out by the original guard who had brought you in, although he seems much more friendly now. And as you exit out of Laakhi's Haven back into the greater parts of Mina's Grove, you see that the sun is now hanging down almost below the walls. It's getting into the late evening. However, the evening is yours. What would you all like to do?
Did the captain not wish to see us until the morning?
He said either this evening or in the morning, whenever was convenient for you.
Cerberus understands that, for one thing, he does not hang out. He is always active and moving towards the next quest.
Ooh.
So, he will listen to what the rest of the party plans to do, but likely he will return to the captain in order to make a report. He also may need to procure a pillow in case Melody tells any more stories, so that he may weep into it manly.
Callie,
Yes.
I do have a somewhat probably tangential question that I don't know if it would affect anything going forward.
Okay.
Would Caldana have like a tattoo or mark or some kind from her previous job, we'll say?
You do have a tattoo that was placed upon you when you joined the Fangs of Kartok. That is a tattoo of a fanged necklace around your neck.
Okay, so that is. I was gonna say, no matter what, it's gonna be like something she would keep displaying, but
Yeah, it's gonna be in view unless you're wearing like a gorget or something to cover your neck.
she's not.
Okay, then
Well,
yes.
ironically, if you haven't looked in a mirror, you might not see it.
That's also fair. Although you've been staying at the Widow's Revenge, so you probably have seen.
They have
them,
mirrors. They have mirrors there.
They do.
That's a ritzy
Well,
place.
I would
Very
not
nice,
mind
right?
perhaps alerting the captain. But
Alerted him. What's happened?
my apologies for my choice of words. Just simply alerting him that we have returned and are there to
Oh.
speak with him if he wishes to debrief with us.
I do like a good debriefing.
Hopefully of the speaking kind and not of the trouser kind.
What are trousers?
Is he not wearing trousers?
What
I
is he wearing?
I have a coif of chainmail and leather breeches.
Well, I suppose there are synonyms for things. I will just simply point to pants and go, trousers.
I am good. I do not need any cinnamon. Thank you. Too spicy for me.
Cinnamon's too spicy for you.
Yes.
Let's see. Knights of the Green. Cinnamon too spicy. Sensitive tongues? Question mark.
Somewhat
There
of
must
a
be.
generalization. It's just me that's that way, and we don't get much cinnamon in general in the forest. But
In
That's
fairness, you're the only one of you left.
I just think it's wrong to generalize.
We don't know that.
I just think that's wrong to generalize someone for the behavior of a few. He turns to Caldana and gives a thumbs up.
Rolls her eyes.
All right. So back to the guard captain then.
I
Yep.
know we got 2 voting for that. Is everybody voting for that?
Sure.
May as well get it out of the way.
All right, we've got 2, 4, and 3 maybes.
I believe that that is the amount of enthusiasm we will get out of Brooks. So
Very well. You make your way up and around the outer side of the myriad markets. As you look in towards the markets, you see that a great number of the outer tents have begun to close up shop for the evening.
Hmm.
Although you can hear music playing from the inner parts, and you sense that there's probably a gathering square there of some kind. That's probably where people tend to meet after dark and celebrate, or especially right now when there's so many people in town. As you make your way down to the main street of the village, you turn right to head south, heading all the way down past the Widow's Revenge and back towards Mina's Arms. It's a lot quieter here at this time of night. The two of the buildings look completely closed up for the evening. However, you do see that the jail where Captain Sageland's office is still unlocked, and there appears to be lights on inside, candles, obviously.
Good. My room has not been occupied.
I knock on the door.
So the door is actually open as you approach. Again, there is a dwarf who is sitting there. Not the same dwarf, however. This is a different dwarf that was there earlier. This dwarf has blonde hair, and he you get the sense is probably the jailer or for the overnight watch. But he looks up. Picking up or dropping off?
Actually, we are here for the captain, although there may be a drop-off. I just point to Cerberus.
Smiles. Ah, yes. That is true. I technically still have a room.
Here? You have a room?
I believe so, in the cells that are below.
I'll just nod behind everybody.
Did you break out?
Oh, no, I was let out.
By who?
By the captain.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, you all could have probably phrased that better.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had been taken due to a misunderstanding about some food. I was going to bequeath services in lieu of coinage, given that coins are useless to a knight in most cases, where honor will suffice. You see. So, however, if I am not allowed back in my room, there was a rather comfortable straw pillow that I am wondering if I could get back.
Did you say Cerberus was it? Is that what you said?
This is Cerberus.
Yes.
I don't
Cerberus.
care. You can go. And he points towards Captain Sageland's office.
He smiles. All right, great. I wonder
Don't
if we have
take
to
any
have
of the
my-
pillows out of the jail cells.
Cerberus looks upset.
Cerberus, worry not. We will have a mission to find comfortable pillows.
I do like a mission.
I know.
I just hate to leave a soldier behind.
I think the pillow is there for the next soldier that will have to rest his head there.
He won't have what we had.
Captain Sageland's office is closed as you arrive. You can hear voices inside. However, it's currently the door is closed.
Captain is
Knock.
occupied.
Brooks knocks. So Brooks, as you knock, you hear Captain Sageland's voice and go, "God damn it! Why do I even bother having someone answer the door, or someone in the reception area?" And he walks over and opens the door. Oh, it's you. Okay, fair enough. As you look into the office, you see that Rashaya is in there as well. Her hands are no longer bound, and she seems to be waiting rather impatiently at the moment. Welcome back. I hope everything went well with the firstborn.
We had a lovely dinner.
They
Her
invited you for
name
dinner?
Matriarch Ashala.
Brought
Uh,
it to us.
Rashaya immediately goes, Ashana.
Oh, I apologize. Yes, Matriarch Ashala.
Rolls her eyes. But Jargon nods. Oh, well done. I was just in the process of getting back Miss Rashaya's things that were taken that were confiscated when she was brought in.
So that it all checked out.
He nods. Yes, the inventory list provided to us by the good matriarch matched exactly with the records from the shopkeep. So, as far as we can tell, there is no rational basis to hold Ms. Rashaya any longer. She doesn't look pleased. She
Rashaya
doesn't look upset, but she's like, this has been very, very inconvenient.
Are we
He-
done yet? That look.
And at that point, Melody's gonna reach into her pouch and as she walks towards Rashaya. Um, hi, hi, I'm Melody. Um, they told me that you come out to get stuff for everyone at the Haven, but you've been gone because of this. Um, approximately in your in your opinion, approximately how much do you think um you guys are going to need?
Rashaya looks at you. It's interesting for you, Melody. You've never met a tiefling taller than you before. This woman is a freaking Amazon. She's huge. But she wears leather uh, trousers and a hide jacket that has a golden hand on the lapel of it. Not the lapel, the right side of it.
Mhm.
She looks at you. I'm sorry, I don't understand what you mean. What do you mean? How much do we need?
Well, I was gonna offer if you needed because I don't know if they sent anyone else out to get supplies for them, and you've been gone for a while, so
Ah, I
I guess
understand.
yeah.
The stores that we have should last us the day that I have been gone. I will merely pick up twice as much tomorrow.
I
Uh,
can help.
nods that if you wish, I will be shopping just before high noon tomorrow.
Okay. Where can I meet you?
Thinks about that for a moment. I wish to go and speak with the shopkeep who accused me yesterday, so you can meet me there.
Oh, perfect. Maybe we can get a latte together.
She
At
kind
her
of
announcement of that, Brooks just smiles very widely.
Aldana looks
Also,
horrified.
Shia nods and looks to you, Melody. Perhaps we will. I understand I have a lot of you to thank for the good justice of Mina's Grove.
Well,
Seems the least
Did
we
not
could do.
deserve condemnation.
I would offer you a reward of gold, but it is not my place to do so. It would be the matriarch's decision to do that.
Oh, no need. They fed us.
not necessary at this time.
True. We have already been repaid both in hearth and food.
Then a favor, a kindness that I can repay should you ever need something. Ask it, and if it is within my abilities, I will grant it.
very well. We thank you for that, and we will keep it in mind.
He walks over to Jockin, who is now holding up her bag of holding, and yanks it out of his hand. He kind of flinches a little bit, and then she kind of like looks down at him and gives him like jerks at him a bit. He
Jeez.
like jumps back, and she nods and leaves. Jockin, meanwhile, is like,
Aldana may or may not be slightly blushing.
Jockin, Jockin has a look like, I am going to find that guard, and I am going to tear his hide off.
Oh, I think he was wearing chainmail.
Indeed. Well, again, thanks to all of you for your assistance in this matter. Not how I would have liked to spend my day, unfortunately. You all, you all have a good head on your shoulders, good sense about you, decent heart. Are any of you capable of fighting worth a lick?
I have some skills
Point
that
to the great sword that's on my back.
I have certain
Uh,
skills that people have said could be useful in a fight.
I
Um,
try not to.
Just grin even bigger, fold arms. Yes.
Melody actually like tries to shrink at this, which is a difficult feat for a 6'4" dragonborn.
Yeah.
Cerberus will step forward, draw his sword, and stick it on the ground. I'm a knight, good sir. And with that territory comes a requirement of mastery of arms, which you will see I have 3. 2 attached to my body, and this sword. That is a joke, but I think it's a funny one.
Saw it coming.
Well, then I might have some work for you. Don't tell anyone that you've heard this. It is going to be announced in the morning.
A secret.
Can I tell the people that you told? I'll make it very difficult to talk about if I can't.
You can tell the people who are in this room right now.
Understood. Thank you.
We will already know.
Yes, but what if I want to talk about it?
That is true. That rule was not specified, but it has been now.
Yes. Thank you for the clarity.
So, some of you have been here since before the swelling of our ranks, as it were. You've seen the number of people in Minas Grove grow quite a bit. The reason for this, there was some trouble at the hard silver mines. We have an outpost, Minas Reach. It's about half a day to get there from here. Normally, about half the population of this city is there at any given time. The mines work day and night. However, recently, there was some trouble at the mines. We sent 8 of my best men to go and explore it. None of them have come back yet. Although, supposedly, they say that they would like us to send reinforcements. We did have a runner make it back here. There is something in the mines that they have been talking about. Goblins or kobolds or something of that nature. Something, according to them, or the runner anyway, it's quite the infestation. I would send some... I don't have a lot of skilled hands left here in my guard. Most of them are already there, so I would send them some backup if the 5 of you are capable.
How many soldiers are there now? It seems interesting that they have not been able to squash this sort of situation amongst themselves.
There are 8 of them there currently. They have assured us that their kill count, as it were, has been significant, but for every one they take down, another seems to appear in its place. We don't yet understand. Goblins and kobolds don't typically operate like that.
There is a route that is not being seen and snuffed out. Very well.
This is very much why I want to send you. You recognize the problem immediately.
This is wise of you, good constable.
He
I
is a
mean, no
captain.
offense, but...
I am not a constable.
He is a captain.
I am a captain.
Oh. Well.
The constable works
This is
above him.
wise of you, adequate captain. I mean no disrespect, but 100 guardsmen cannot compare to the strength and skill of a knight of the order. So 8 would be wholly insufficient. However, now that Cerberus of the Green Shield is here, your woes are soon to be weal, and you will feel relief and joy as we snuff out this root of goblin koboldness.
Well, Cerberus, I definitely would agree that the moment you leave, I will feel much relief.
Cerberus, does that mean that you are worth 101 knights?
Yes, well, he starts looking at his fingers. Carry the, what, is 101 is with the, it's got the straight line, the circle, and the straight line?
That is correct.
Yes, that's good, yes.
So then
good.
with all of us together, we will be as efficient as 105 knights.
Exactly. And that is more than enough to best this problem.
I see. Then you shall have 105 knights at your back, Captain. She smiles, like, definitely teasing him.
Well, if you are all willing to go, while you are in the city of Minas Grove, I can conscript you to do as I need, as is the charter of our city. However, this will take you outside the borders of our village, so you will be paid for your efforts. If you are successful in eliminating the threat in the mines, I would pay you each a sum of 150 gold pieces.
Cerberus, his eyes wide. 150 gold pieces. You offer the ransom of a king?
Please understand, the mine itself produces over 10,000 gold pieces worth of hard silver a day.
Cerberus.
1,000 gold pieces. That is probably more than the value of the entire ancient army that fought Scala. Is it not?
Cerberus, you may need to go to a
Inflation.
library to find the definition of inflation.
Oh,
It will be.
I didn't get that.
I'm not. I don't know much about balloons, but I suppose if you think it would be relevant, still 150 gold
It
pieces.
is a metaphorical balloon, actually. At some point, some years down the line,
No.
the mines will be worth much less than 10,000 gold.
Rialta, I apologize. I mean no disrespect, but there is no 4 in it. It is 150 gold pieces, not 140.
Okay. Well, if
We'll
you're
do
all
it. We'll leave in the morning.
yes, actually, tomorrow morning there will be a caravan making its way out towards Mina's Reach. Fresh supplies. Some of the miners are even hoping to be able to return, and if the upper levels of the mines are at least safe, they'd like to get back to work. Dangerous or not, it is their living. So there will be 7 wagons leaving. And we will, for certain, get you a space on one of them to travel with.
How long ago did this trouble start?
Oh, let's see.
It's before I was somewhat before you were here. It's happened since I have been here.
Yes, the initial incident was about a week ago.
Okay.
So, he nods. Then be here just after the sun rises tomorrow morning, and we will leave out the south gate, the Brux where you came in.
Understood.
Excellent. Very good. Oh, we lost him.
Robbie did a BRB.
Oh, okay. I was like, screw up the cams. You can't turn off your camera. What are you doing?
Yeah, I don't think he knew that. I think he thought it would stay there. That's
right,
okay.
that's fine.
We just can't see you, Brooks. And
So-
apparently I'm Cerberus now.
You so you're all allowed to
No.
leave.
I am you. It's fine.
You're Rialta now.
As you exit
That's still
here,
me.
Yes.
as you exit Mina's arms, now the sun has set. It's probably 7 or 8 o'clock at this point. What would you like to do?
How bad's the light pollution?
Mina's Grove is pretty well lit. There are standing torches all along the main roads of Mina's Grove.
She Rialta just twitches her nose at this. This light pollution's awful. It always is awful. But well, I would like to do some walking around because that's just what Rialta does.
Very well. Which way would you like to go? You're currently, let me shift us over to the map here so that we can see where everyone is. Up. All right. Combat map so y'all can see where you're at. All right, so you all are currently right here at the crossroads of the main road and the Silver Lane in Mina's Grove. Where would you like to go?
Where did you say they were having like a gathering and stuff?
Towards the center of the Myriad Markets.
I'm gonna check that out probably.
Sure. So-
Anybody else wants to come with me? I will send a.
I was gonna say,
No.
where is everybody else?
Yeah, where's
going?
everyone else going? Brux, where are you going? Let's start with that.
Well, I mean that's sort of dependent on what everybody else is. Sort of. I mean, but if she's sitting out and everybody else is sort of not doing much of anything, follow.
Aldana? Oh, sorry, Melody. Where are you going?
You go first, Caldana.
No, you go first, because I'm in a similar idea to Brooks.
Oh.
Yeah. We're
When
Haldana's
I
not dumb enough to be a tiefling out alone after dark.
that's fair.
Very wise. There is an ancient saying among your people: a tiefling who walks alone is a tiefling who will soon be mourned. It's a very dark saying, but it is technically not your people. Your people don't say that. The firstborn say that. That is a very common firstborn saying.
Upon hearing music, Melody is going to kind of perk up a little and go, but she doesn't say anything.
Okay.
She just kind of like um stands there, just kind of like swaying to the distant music.
So, if you wish, you can go into the Myriad Markets to kind of hang around with the gathering. Or if you wish, you can go to the Widow's Revenge to get a room if you want to do some shopping. Most of the Myriad Market stalls are closed, but some of the actual like built-in businesses in the north would still probably be open at this point. I was given a plate of French fries.
What, at least from a quick observation, what sort of goods
Mm-hmm.
would be there?
So,
At least in the ones that are open.
as you were returning from Laakhi's Haven, also you saw this. You noticed a few different buildings. There was a clothier that was assumed to be open. There was a important place. You noticed a smith that was there with a actual blacksmith's forge attached onto a shop that looked to be selling armor and weaponry. You notice what looked to be like a bookshop and maybe like magical curiosities and stuff like that. And I would say that you probably also noticed there was one that was for medicines. Apothecary is the word I'm looking for.
Yes. Do we have anyone who's trained in medicine?
I'm not
Trained.
technically trained to know.
I am, although I have a much smaller bonus.
Noted.
Funnily enough.
Where would you like to go?
Anyone can go wherever they want. Cerberus is likely going to want to go to the apothecary and smith.
Rialto actually wants to go to the page's place.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna stick pretty close to Brooks.
Bookstore sounds like a good option.
Buckle up. All right, so you all make your way back up the north. You walk again around the Myriad Markets. As you walk through, Melody, you can hear music in the distance and sounds of people singing and dancing and kind of just generally having a good time. And as you turn onto that north road again, not quite as far as you would have to go to Laakhi's Haven, but you do see the row of shops. You notice there is indeed the first one that you come to is a smith's shop. It is called Bjord's Swords and Boards, and it is a wooden shop with mannequins holding armor and weapons mounted on the walls. As you enter from the front, it's a large oak wood shop with a display case in the front that has 2 sets of plate armor with mannequins kind of posing like they're in combat. As you enter, there is a door immediately to your left that actually leads out to the forge where you can see a dwarven man working. Behind, working in the shop proper itself, walking around, there are 2 halflings who seem to be kind of joking each other. One of them is currently in the process, as you enter, of putting a match underneath the foot of the other one and looks to be getting ready to set their foot on fire.
What the actual
What-
fuck did I return to?
Cerberus is going to assume that this is some sort of halfling ritual of friendship. So,
Yeah, so would he.
Yeah.
Um, so the first one looks up at you. They're both about 4 feet tall. They have the same mane of blonde hair. You can definitely tell these two people are related. Although one of them is a guy and one of them is a girl. The man looks up at you. He was the one who was currently putting the match underneath the foot of the other one, and he quickly pulls it way back into his hand. Well, welcome to Bjord's Swords and Boards. What can I get for you? Good sir knight. You look wooden.
yes, I do have wood currently. Thank you.
You see the other one go.
And indeed, despite that wood, I need something harder, stronger, firmer,
You see the other one
even
again.
thicker in certain
just snark.
cases. Something with really just something that can truly make my body feel complete. You know?
The
You understand what I'm saying?
the man looks at you and goes, "Oh my God, can you please come here every day? I'm begging you." And the woman looks like she looks pissed. She's like, "Oh my God."
Oh, well, I suppose I could. Pardon me while I move my chicken nuggies so the dog does not eat them. Well, what I wish is to speak to your smith about requisitioning a suit of armor.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely. Let me speak with our smith. Bjord.
Oh,
No.
that's the Bjord.
No response is heard for a moment, and then he yells out, "Bjord!" No response again is heard, and he just like goes, "Oh my God." Just a moment. Those of you still standing nearest the door look outside, and you can see a dwarf sleeping by an anvil. He rushes out quickly and like shakes him awake and kind of explains. Then both of them come back in. Bjord is a man getting up there in years, although not ancient by any means. He's probably in his 50s. He's got some salt and pepper hair, and same is starting to happen to his beard. His beard is still mostly red, but it is starting to get some gray in it. He glances up as he comes in. Sorry about that. It was a slow evening. What, you wanted to commission something?
Yes. I am looking for a suit of plate, a full complete set with helm.
He looks very excited.
Yes. I wish to speak to the both the cost of such a thing and how we might barter for a successful transaction.
He looks less excited. But he nods. All right. Well, I would say if you want to get a full plate of armor and a helm, you could barter me 1,500 gold pieces, and I would give you one.
1,500 gold pieces. I see. And that is gold pieces. Yeah, I reach into my pocket and I pull out a gold piece. Like this one. Yes.
He looks. What do you mean cameras are grooved?
On this
think-
part.
Sorry,
I think I may. It's possible, Callie.
Yeah.
And I apologize that I may have massively fucked up the order of the cameras when I
But
Nope,
this-
it's
left and returned.
We're fine. I just hadn't fixed them on the combat screen yet.
Got it.
Mm.
No, that's barbecue sauce. You don't want that.
Yes, she does.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
What's a bit-
Yes. 1,500 of these. I hold up the gold piece.
He nods. Those are the ones.
Oh, that is
king's ransom. Indeed. Well,
Pretty standard price for a full plate.
oh, I see. It must be exceedingly rare then to have one. Yes.
Uh, I mean, it's not common. I would admit a full plate is a great deal of work and material.
Of course, I have no question about that, Master Smith. Don't doubt it. Um, I'm about to come into 150 gold pieces, which I believe is one circle short of what you need.
Yes. Perhaps I could offer you something in chain.
No, I have that. What of this, Master Smith? Um, what if I were to pay you for your labor, but not materials? If I were to provide them. And in addition, I would offer you the services of a great knight such as myself, a boon, as it were. Um, you would have me by rights, and I would owe you. Of course, I understand work could not start till I brought you the materials, but if you allowed me to know what you needed, such as the amount and quality of steel and leather, buckles. Perhaps something could be arranged. Has a man slandered your family that you require killed?
He raises his eyebrows and looks over towards one of the halflings, and you can see he's thinking about something. It's the male halfling, and he looks very worried. I'll remind you, sir, that if I die, Brandy here stops working too. Brandy gives a look that suggests, I don't know about that. I don't like you that much. All right. If you can get all the materials, you want to pay me for my labor, I'll do it for 750.
Very good. I do not currently have the coin, but of course I am not asking for anything of you except a list of the materials needed, and of course whatever boon you desire.
Right. Brandy, draft up the good Sir Knight here a list of what's needed to make full plate, and I don't know. Do you need anything done around here that's not getting done? She glances over at the other one. Can I ask for Marcus to be killed? Marcus looks very betrayed.
Sir Varys looks at the woman and then back at the Smith. That would be your call, Master Smith.
Nah, we need him. Much as I'm loath to say it. All right. Well, I'll hang on to your favor. I'm sure something will come up.
Of course.
But here, Brandy crafts you up a list of various ingredients that'll be required. It is not a short list.
Thank you. You are too kind.
She hands it to you, and your DM will figure out what's on it later.
Next you see me, I shall have the requisite materials as well as the sort of, sits for a second, 750 required gold pieces. Yes, and of course, whatever you need of me, to be called upon at your leisure. My name is Sir Varys of the Green Shield. Should you need to know my heraldry, you may identify me by this green shield and my name, which is Sir Varys.
Right. Very well, Sir Varys of the Green Shield. Do you want the shield to be green?
He looks down. It is sort of a chipped, painted green with, and it is covering something, which is showing through under the chips. Yes. Depending on the price, good sir, a properly repaired shield could do me
You see,
great good.
You see him go over to the list of supplies, and he scribbles down something about green dye on there. Nods, hands it back to you.
Ah, brilliant.
I'll make it green for you at no extra cost.
You are too kind. Truly, a gentleman and a scholar.
No,
Though
I am loath to do so. I have one last request of you, if you may.
Sure.
May I watch you work it?
May you want to watch me smith it?
Yeah, yes. Your work at the bellows, if you would allow me to. I would see a master at his craft. I am a novice in these ways, though I have some practice with him. I gesture to my blacksmith's hammer and kit that I carry with
Hmm.
me. I have no right to ask it of you, and if it requires another service or boon, so be it. I would be more than happy to pay it for the opportunity to see one of your kind do the work they are masters of.
Kid, I don't care if you sit and watch me. That's fine.
He bows very low. Thank you, Master Smith. You are a man of honor and exceedingly generous.
Someone should tell my wife.
Ah, is that your boon?
You see a very big smile come across his face as he tries to imagine how that would go. Yes. Yes, it is.
Oh no.
Wow. Very well. Well, then, I shall be happy to inform your wife of your greatness.
Brandy glances over with a look that says she's gonna fucking kill you.
Cerberus has a big smile on his face. He thinks it's been a very successful trip to the smithy.
Very well. Is there anything else anyone wanted to look at from the smith?
Oh, are we all there?
Yeah. Well, I assumed you. I mean, maybe not
I
all
thought
of
the
you
rest
went
of us
in.
went to
But...
the bookstore.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were going one at a time. That's fine. All right.
Oh,
So
well,
meanwhile,
Oh,
then.
that's fine. Otherwise, I would interact with the people. I mean, as dwarves would
Considering the
probably recognize me.
fact that he didn't get kicked out, that was a very
It went well.
successful transaction. Yeah.
All right. To those of you who went to the bookstore, in a standalone building across the northern road from the Miria Markets is a small 2-story building. The building itself looks ancient, with some of the wood looking like it's beginning to actually rot. It doesn't seem to be from negligence, just from literally the sheer age of this building. The front window is large and showcases some of the books that the store seems intent on promoting. Those books are On Matters of Fauna, Moon Bay Edition, Vampires, Sorting Fact from Fiction, Sins of the Flesh, which looks to have like a very lurid cover of an elf person glancing back at a tiefling, and Callie's Guide to Gods and Goddesses. A small cherrywood sign hangs near the door that reads Pages, Pages, Books and Magical Oddities. And that is Paiges.
Oh, I'm going to go on in.
As you enter the store, you can see to your left a long bookshelf containing books of varying ages. Some of them look brand new, but some of them look like really old, like the spines are practically crumbling on them. Occasionally, you can also hear a ka-chunk sound coming from the back room. Along the right side of the store are shelves and racks with some magical items, glowing crystals and magic orbs and the like. There's a couple of pieces of armor and amulets are also hanging around. In the back is a shopkeep's counter, behind which stands a dragonborn man with shimmering green scales and brilliant white eyes. He grunts and looks up and says, "Welcome to Pages, Pages. Are you here to pre-order Callie's Guide to Gods and Goddesses Volume 2 today?" And it looks like it causes him physical pain to ask that question.
No, good sir, but I am interested in your most odd of magical oddities. Are you Paige?
Am I Page? No. Miss Page is not here tonight. My name is Nibris. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, Nibris.
I gotta see what his last name. I am Nibris of the Verde. It is very nice to meet you.
I am Rialto Folknir of the, from Raven's Crest.
Ah, Raven's Crest. Well, very nice. Let's see. If you're interested in magical oddities, we have quite a number of them. Most of them that she brings back and says are very important, and so of course they are very important. I am certain.
Mm-hmm.
He looks very tired already.
Well, I would be certainly interested in such oddities.
As you say that, you hear another ka-chunk in the back, coming from the back room. He glances back, shakes his head. Well,
Is that an oddity, that peculiar sound?
No, that's one of our other helpers binding books. We've got a new book getting ready to release, as I mentioned.
I see. Very good.
So what sorts of oddities pique your interest? What are you looking for?
Well, I'm certainly not sure. Otherwise, it wouldn't be an oddity.
I suppose that is true. Very well. Let me show you this. This is a magic seeing glass, and he walks over. She brought this back when she journeyed into the mountains just south of here. I told her it was very dangerous to go there, but she insisted there might be a regional goddess that she didn't know about, so she wanted to go check it out. But she brought this back. He holds up a long, thin tube that looks to be made of brass. It also looks like it can extend outwards and has both a clear crystal in the front and on the end of it. Everyone else, anyone else who's in there who isn't Rialta, has no idea what this is. You've never seen anything like this. Rialta,
Yeah.
you've seen a lot of telescopes in your
Yeah.
life, and you know a hand telescope when you
Yeah.
see one.
I nod and go, I don't know if that really qualifies as an oddity. That is a telescope.
He looks at it. He said that it was a magic seeing glass.
Ah, well, you see, it uses the refraction of two glasses made curved into a very particular shape, so that objects that are far away look closer.
He looks down at it. You're telling me this isn't magic?
We do not use magic to create it, no. But I suppose she kind of looks around, realizes she just made this a little awkward, and just goes, I suppose to others it could be magical.
In front of this, the display where this telescope was, there was a sign that said 200 gold pieces on it. You see him take out a little thing and like cross out one of the zeros and put it back on there. Very well then. How about? Yes. This is something truly special. She got this when she was journeying through the God's Grass forest, actually. It is a amulet, and when you wear it, it makes your skin toughen. You become more capable of absorbing or deflecting blows. And he holds up a small silver amulet with a large blue gem in the center. Looks very nice.
I don't think I have detect magic prepared.
So just by looking at it, you're not certain if it does as he claims.
Remember what spells I prepared. I want to see if did I write it down? No, I didn't have that down because I needed heal wounds. Interesting. What is the price tag for such a interesting oddity that I have yet to see before?
What a great question that you would ask me right now.
I mean, feels obvious.
You put the stores here.
I did put the store here. I didn't put all the fucking magic items in here.
You're the one that told us the magic item. We didn't ask for this.
It is 500 gold pieces.
Damn.
Excuse me.
Hold on. My armor better be fucking magic, because I'm gonna tell you right now, if this enchanted damn amulet that gives you armor skin, I'm gonna talk to this smith.
It gives you +1 to AC.
Yeah, but I don't know that mechanically. All I know is
true.
the magic amulet costs less than my armor, and I'm pissed.
Yeah, but you're not there. It's fine.
Yeah,
No, you're right. You're right.
Luna is very determined to get these chicken nuggets.
She really wants these chicken
Oh,
nuggets.
she's been nuggying all around, dude.
Yeah.
Yo,
She's so nuggying.
like this.
Robbie
She's
gave
usually
her.
not quite that persistent.
Well, Robbie gave her one.
Oh.
That was
I did not give her a chicken nugget. I gave her a piece of a chicken nugget.
I saw it happen.
That makes it better.
Not a whole chicken nugget. It's different.
I see. So,
Let's see.
let's see. I also have, if that's not quite what you're looking for. Yes. So my lady went to Moon Bay, and there she actually did a great kindness to the mayor of the city and was awarded a sword that is a magic treasure of Moon
I'm there.
Bay.
I'm there now.
You made it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm there.
So he goes over and opens up a display case and takes out a sword. And as he brandishes it in front of you, the hilt begins glowing bright blue.
Fascinating.
The hilt or the blade?
Oh, sorry, not the hilt. The blade itself does. Not the
Oh,
hilt.
okay, got it.
Okay.
Thank
I
you.
see. Why does it
I
need
would love it if it was the hilt. Sorry.
Well, that would be something that
Flashlight
Miss Page
sword.
would bring back. That sounds about right.
What is it that is causing that blue glow reaction?
It is a magically blessed sword, said to be blessed by one of the Onrado from the Temple of the Onrado in Moon Bay. That is where my lady was visiting.
I see.
On Rado, I hardly know her.
They're holy people. If anyone wishes to make either a history check or a religion check, I will tell you what you know about the Onrado.
I will.
Can I really be there? I'll do
Yeah,
it.
you can be there if you want.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god.
I will
I'm
attempt to make a
participating.
roll. Sake of
What do you
story.
say? You'll definitely succeed at making a roll. You just don't know what the roll will be. It's a difference.
Well, I rolled an 8. So that's great.
I am gonna roll with advantage because you guys may not have heard, but I have a lot of that.
Fair.
Will put me down to 6. Nice. Hey. No.
What was? Oh,
That
sorry.
is my wife upstairs laughing at something.
Okay. I at first thought that was Luna.
thought that
and I
was
was
Luna,
very
yeah.
confused.
She really wanted the fucking nuggies.
I was like, damn, Luna.
Hey, I got a 15 on religion.
15. All right. I'll tell you what you know of the Onrado, and I will grant you one question. The Onrado. As I mentioned earlier, when a person's spark ignites and they are preparing to become a god or goddess, should they choose to do so, they journey to the celestial plane where they will spend the rest of their existence. However, not everyone does choose to go to the celestial plane. Some choose to remain on the prime material plane, and they become an Onrado. They basically receive all the powers that they would have gotten as a god or goddess, but remain here on the prime material plane to continue serving their people or whatever it is that they must do. The downside to this is that the mortal body is not meant to hold that kind of ability or energy, and most Onrado are very short-lived. The longest surviving Onrado, famously, is known to have only lived 5 years after their spark ignited. So you don't get a whole lot of time when you choose to become an Onrado. But those that do are revered as holy people. They typically stay at the Temple of the Onrado in Moon Bay, although not always. Yeah, I would say that's what you all know just generally about the Onrado. Robbie, I will grant you a question for your role. What would you like to know about the Onrado?
The Onrado.
Oh, there is one more thing that everyone does know about Onrado, something that's very special. An Onrado can detect the presence of the divine spark in another.
Here's my question.
Okay.
What are either one of or multiple, if it works, of the most famous Onrado that are currently at the temple that are known?
Interestingly, it is most common that there are no Onrado at any given time. It is a very rare thing.
Right.
Almost no one chooses to become an Onrado, partially because you are, as I said, drastically limiting your life when you do so. And you are basically turning down becoming a god, which is not something many people do. Interestingly, only humans have ever done this. Every Onrado that has existed has been a human. And there is a rumor or a belief that only humans are capable of doing it, as they are the ones who represent what the original goddess fell in love with and what she gave up her immortality for. Maybe they are the only ones who possess that trait of self-sacrifice enough that they can surrender it.
But also racism. Got it. Okay.
There's no proof of it, but that is kind of what's real, because all the Onrado have been human.
Right. I mean, but definitely an elf could do it.
right? Like,
Perhaps
we're
one
pretty
one
selfless.
hasn't, but yeah,
No. Well, probably it wasn't worth it at the time, but like,
right.
if they wanted to, they obviously could. Some say they might even be better on Rado than the humans would be if they wanted to do it,
True. So
right?
a couple of famous Onrado that we could talk about. Onrado Mira is a famous Onrado. She was known for sort of standardizing the creation myth of the world. She is the one who has kind of brought it in its most recent form, the one that is still used today and still understood today and respected by scholars today. She is well known for that. There was Onrado Micah, who did two great things. In addition to talking a lot about the origins of the various races of Aniris, Onrado Micah was famous for having slain a dread demon after they became an Onrado, and that is supposedly why they chose to become an Onrado, so they could fight the dread demon that was threatening the land at the time. You also know, and I have to look up her name. Yes.
Bubble butt.
You also know that there is currently an Onrado. There hasn't been one in the last 40 years, but there is one at the moment in Moon Bay. Her name is Onrado Tsuki. That is generally considered a good thing. It is considered to be kind of a time of celebration when there is an Onrado present.
Pretty lit.
No, it's pretty cool, right?
Is there? Tell me if I can do this. Is there a way that I can make a roll on this sword? I don't know if I'd use like blacksmith with intelligence or just something else, history or some shit. To be able to tell if this is elf craft. Well, I guess it
Ah,
couldn't. It couldn't be, I guess, could it? Because the Onrado, or did the Onrado maybe just enchant it and an elf made it?
I will let you make a intelligence roll to determine that.
Just a straight intelligence roll.
Straight. You have blacksmith proficiency.
Yeah, I'm proficient at blacksmith tools.
Go ahead and make a intelligence roll plus your proficiency.
You're too kind, which is good because I'm not a very smart gentleman. So I'm gonna need it. All right, I am going to roll it as an Arcana roll, only because. Oh wait, no, not proficient in that. Hold on, proficient. I will roll it as a religion roll, even though I know it's that, because that way I get my bonus right.
Nice.
Yeah, makes sense.
And I forgot to take off advantage, so we're gonna say that I rolled it with advantage, because that will put me down to 5, and I forgot that I had clicked that, so that's okay. Unfortunately, even with advantage, I got a 7.
All right.
Looks like you.
You can't tell from looking at it from its craft whether or not it's elven steel. Could be dwarven, maybe. But what you do know is that if it came from Moon Bay, it probably is elven. Just by nature of like elves are famous for being the crafters of Moon Bay. So, in all likelihood, it probably is of elven make. You just don't know for sure.
But it could also be from China, like it could be from wherever.
Yeah, it could be from Mitra Glorianda, for all you know.
Right. Probably is.
Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah, probably. Is there a sticker on it?
There is not.
Okay.
So yes, Nibris looks to you, Rialta, as he holds the sword out. But yes, it on your command, it can glow with the light of the moon.
It is very interesting. And quite odd.
Mm. If you're interested in it, it's 110 gold pieces.
Well, sadly, I am not exactly full of. I am not exactly with abundance of coin at this time. But hopefully, should I succeed in a mission from the captain, I will have more.
Ah, well then, I certainly hope that you are successful then. Well,
Did you
As
did
am
you
I.
say 110, good sir?
110, yes.
Ferris puts his 10 coins away.
Another one at the beginning of it. Single line.
Oh,
Sir
the single
Ferris.
line. That single line always gets me.
It's true. And the O's.
The O's are the worst part. Unless
Mhm.
they're in the front. Then I like them when they're in the
Yes.
front.
Huh. But yes, Are you new in town? I don't believe I've seen any of your faces.
Yes, many of us are. I've been here for some weeks now, but I believe Brooks, you only arrived just yesterday.
Hey, I think.
Today.
Day,
I can't keep track
actually.
of days.
No,
I can't
that's-
keep track of days. They seem to take long. Hours seem long
Well.
than I remember.
Welcome, nevertheless. My name
Sir
is
Varys of the Green Shield.
Cerberus. Welcome. As I said, I am Nibris of the Verde. Glances over at Melody, not used to seeing Dragonborn in the town. And your name, young lady?
Mal just said she had to drop out early.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, then we'll,
She just said it. So.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Then we'll assume she answered and they had a pleasant conversation. Nods. And looks to Caldana. Oh. You didn't happen to see a woman when you came down from the mountains, did you? Oh God, no. Discord.
Oh, jeez.
Can't say I did.
Hate Discord. He nods. No worries. My the owner of the shop tends to he doesn't say anything else and just walks away.
Sir,
no,
you didn't finish your sentence.
He did not.
Huh?
He may be
Hmm?
possessed.
Oh, right.
As a ghost taken you.
No, sorry. The store's owner tends to bite off more than she can chew sometimes, and she said she was journeying back down towards Kartok Mountains. I just, I thought I should check.
You think she was delayed by her massive appetite?
Oh, Sir Varys, bite off more than you can chew is a metaphor. An idiom, actually.
Don't call me an idiot. That's not. I'm a very smart man.
Idiom
And I
is
don't understand.
with an M at the end.
I don't care how delicious it is at all. It's not polite to say.
He is hopeless, so anyway, I will rescind to your question.
Fair
I am
enough.
Sir Varys.
Well, if you happen to come across her, she's hard to miss. Pink hair, you'll find her. Tell her she is long overdue to be back here, and her book releases in a week. So
It is certainly a dangerous place to go to when your book is soon to be released.
he just shakes his head. You
It's,
have no idea.
What is in this book?
It's the second volume of Callie's Guide to Gods and Goddesses. She likes to research them.
How much is a pre-order?
Oh, the next book will be selling for 20 silver.
Rialta, I must warn you. The Order has strict rules against pre-ordering. We believe that it sort of incentivizes the wrong kind of market structure and creates a desire more to build hype than to provide excellent content, since essentially the item has been paid for before it even was proffered. Just a little piece of the Order's wisdom I wanted to pass on.
I see.
Nibris looks at you very annoyed. It was my idea.
I see.
Seems more
Well,
like a you problem than a her problem.
Master.
Looking at Varys.
Oh, it doesn't necessarily affect me any, but I appreciate your concern. Caldana, he gives her a wink. I think we are getting along quite well.
Rialta merely nods. Yes, and inflation is indeed like a bubble that will burst soon. And she hands him 20 silver.
Varys looks outside to see the bubble.
Excellent. If you would just follow me over here, I'll put your name down. What was the it was Rialta what?
Folknir.
Rialta Folknir.
And IR, not ER.
I apologize. He scratches out IR. Okay, excellent. And he looks again very tired. Do you want your copy signed?
Only if she returns alive.
How would we sign it otherwise?
I don't know. You asked. I did not know if you had a ghostly way of copying it.
A ghostwriter. I've heard of these. Yes, I would not take a signature from a ghostwriter. I agree. Could
Very
be
well.
possessed.
I will say yes, presuming she survives. Okay. Very well. The book is set to release here in 2 weeks' time. So if we will, you'll be able to pick it up then. Thank
Do
you
we
very
get
much.
Anything additional for the pre-order? Perhaps some sort of incentive or
Well, no, but we'll have a copy of the book available for them.
I always have a copy of it.
He looks like we have one press in the back. I don't. Takes a long time to make these.
No, yes, of course. I understand.
A special chapter that you get for pre-ordering.
I just thought we get something. I don't know.
What?
I mean, he's
Sir Varys, it seems that you have come up with a new system of commerce. Perhaps you will see yourself long enough to be the villain that which you hate, while making much, much gold.
Oh, I am sure that I will die very young and gloriously. Thank you, though.
But you could make
Nybers crosses his fingers.
much, much gold.
Ah.
Hold on to two.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you all have a lovely day. I'm going to be closing up if there was nothing else.
Oh, my apologies for keeping you out late.
Oh, no, not at all. We're closing up, but I'm just going to be going back there and pressing books.
Oh, so we could still meander around then.
No,
I need to close up the shop area.
he does not
Oh.
wish to. If he is not here, he cannot make sure that we don't steal. And we know what happens when one of us is accused of stealing.
I would never accuse any of you of being
Suppose
malcontent.
that is fair. If I were to steal when he wasn't watching, I would have to hunt myself down and turn myself in.
Indeed.
That would be very
That would be
complicated.
very difficult to do.
I feel like the boss would like you people. A lot of similarities.
Oh, is she here?
No, she's on the
No.
mountain.
Oh.
Hmm.
She's the one with the eating problem. I see.
Something to that effect.
Hope you all have a lovely evening.
We
As
can't
do you.
browse.
Let us go. Out, out,
Browse. Not gonna do anything.
out, out.
As you all leave.
Not even sweeping.
As you all leave, you make your way back to the Widow's Revenge. It's starting to get pretty late.
What is the wait? Is the Widow's Revenge the name of the inn?
It's the inn here.
Yes.
Yes, is the name of the inn.
I got this one.
Bruh, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot that. That's what the hell? Why is that? What? Has no one questioned this?
You could
Well,
ask
I
why
mean-
it's called that.
I mean,
I was thinking about it when the opportunity came up.
Well,
Oh,
you,
Sir Varys prefers to interrupt and derail.
clearly. So you all head back to the Widow's Revenge Inn and Tavern. As I had mentioned, it is by far the largest building in the city of Minas Grove. It takes up almost an entire block by itself. It is also one of the only 3-story buildings that you've seen in Minas Grove. A large, massive building constructed mostly of wood, but on a foundation of stone. Another very uncommon thing in this city. The large oaken door is currently partially ajar and has a sign hanging next to it that says "The Widow's Revenge" and has a sigil of 4 people standing around a table raising their glasses. Inside is quite lively. There are a lot of people in this main floor bar area. There are serving wenches moving throughout, carrying drinks and bringing stuff out. There is as I said before, there are 4 large casks on the back wall of this place, which is very uncommon because it's not common on Terracin for a tavern to have multiple different ales available. That's pretty uncommon. But yeah, there are some tables available if you're interested, or you could go up to your room.
Grand. Well, we've eaten tonight technically, and
You have eaten.
bountifully we had water and bread, which I am on a keto diet, so I broke that. Sir Varys is prepared to retire.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Do you have a room?
No. Well, I
Okay.
do at the prison.
Right. So I will presume that you're going to go get a room.
Rialto will help him get a room.
Very well. Then you both approach the large Uruk woman standing behind the bar. Rialto, you know this woman to be Shara, who helped you when you first got in town. She's a very tall woman that has the two sides of her head shaved, leaving a shaggy black mohawk. Her jaw is firmly set, very muscular. Unlike Brox, you notice, however, she does not have any tattoos anywhere on her body.
Cerberus likes this. She has not marred her temple.
Wow.
Mm,
That is insensitive.
He didn't
That's-
say it.
Well,
that's
good.
He
your
thought it.
interesting statement.
Yeah. It's quite an interesting statement indeed. But Shara looks up and nods. Welcome back. Trust a good day in the city then.
Oh yes, quite. We we were able to visit Laakhi's Haven and have a lovely dinner.
Yes. And we
Gives you
were
a-
gravely mistrusted until the end. When we were
Gives
trusted.
you a long look at that. You had dinner in Laakhi's Haven.
Indeed, with the matriarch.
An interesting day indeed. I hope you were able to help the captain. What can I do for you? Thirsty? Need a drink?
Well, I am looking to simply retire my room, and this gentleman has never gotten a room before. And his previous quarters were that of...
Aren't you the guy who got kicked out of the butcher shop?
I was escorted to the prison, yes. And I was kept within the prison. And my things were taken from me.
Right. All right. Well, it's a silver piece a night.
Yes. Do you have rates that may be paid in quests?
No.
I can help with payment.
No. I could not take the favor. I have gold. I just, it is traditional for my order to provide some sort of service to the places where we are kept, where home and hearth is provided.
I know exactly what to do, Cerberus. Cerberus? What's her name?
Shara Soulborn.
Shara, you do have a mission for Cerberus. She
You
gives
do?
her a meaningful look. Yes, your mission is that you need him to procure you 1 silver piece.
She closes her eyes for a moment. Please, Cervarus, could you procure for me a silver piece?
Aha!
Yes,
A mission.
I absolutely could. Please,
Were
I
you,
shall.
to, were you to do this, I would grant you a room for the evening.
You are too kind. I shall retrieve it forthwith. He looks around. Where is the biggest, toughest son of a gun I can find?
No.
Oh, boy.
Oh, God.
That'd be me or Brooks.
Yeah, I was like, outside of Brooks, there is there's a couple people that could qualify for that. In the corner, there is a dragonborn man,
God.
who is probably about 6'9", and has shimmering black scales. There is also a remarkably large human in here who has dirty brown hair. Sitting at a table with 3 women at it.
Well, I would not wish to disturb those maidens. Although
Cer-
perhaps they would like to see a bit of manly vigor. Yes!
Oh, boy.
To go.
Cerberus, I
I
believe
walk
the
over to the man.
objective is closer than you think.
And take a seat. You there, good sir. I am Cerberus of the Green Shield. What name do you go by?
Arcus.
I slap a silver piece on the table. Arcus! I am here to challenge you, good sir. And I put my arm on the table to an arm wrestling contest. 1 silver to prove who the stronger man is.
Arcus takes a look at the 3 women at the table, and one of them is like, "Yeah, Arcus, show us how strong you are." She looks like she's being a bit of a smartass. She's not thirsting about it. Like she's.
You see? The maidens wish to see a man's strength. Come, Arcus! Show us if you are man or meek. And I pound my elbow on the table 3 times.
He puts his arm up and meets yours. This is all right. Let's do it. It'll be a contested strength roll.
You got it. I am
Well,
going.
while he's doing that, I'm gonna lean over to Brox. What do you say we get a table far away from him?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Drinks on me.
So you go over and the two of you grab a table. I'll say Melody went up to her room to get some sleep.
Okay.
But the two of you go over and take a table, and a girl approaches you, and I'll be right with you, Rob, on our contested
worries.
strength roll. A girl approaches you. Name is that's not. A beautiful human girl approaches you. She's probably in about her mid-20s. She's barmaid there and a tavern girl. She's got short brown hair down to around her neck and a very sweet smile as she approaches. You can tell she's quite popular among the other patrons because a lot of eyes seem to follow her around. She has raven-colored eyes, which is kind of interesting to have black eyes. And they stand out against her soft pink complexion, and she's wearing the uniform of the Widow's Revenge, a long, sleek dress made from white cotton with a green apron over the front and the bar's sigil. But she smiles quite pleasantly as she goes, "Hi there, welcome to the Widow's Revenge. What can I get for you?"
What drinks are available?
Ah, yes. Well, we have a number of different wines that you could partake in, or if ale is more your thing, we do have some different ales as well. You see her fidget a little bit at that. There's the hard silver wheat, which is quite good. The Kartok ale, which the miners prefer. It's a little for me. There's the God's Grasp brown. The last one. She casts a glance down at Caldana and clearly doesn't want to say. And we're out of the other one.
I'll just nod in appreciation.
As you glance over Kara at the 4 casks, the fourth one is very clearly marked Scholar Red.
Jeez.
I'll do the Kartok brown.
The brown, absolutely, and you, my lady.
What was the God's grip?
The God's Grasp brown. Yes.
Yes, that.
The very, very, very earthy. I am told.
Sounds right.
She nods. Well, I'll be right back, and she hurries off to go grab your drinks. While that's happening,
I guess I'll watch.
You're gonna watch this disaster.
I guess I'm not sure.
Go ahead and make a contested strength roll for me. You may use athletics if athletics or no athletics. It would be an athletics check.
Athletics. Noted. My athletics. Yes, which indeed I am ironically not trained in. I train in a lot of things, but not athletics. Hilariously.
I'm gonna warn you right now. He rolled a nat 20.
Well, that's fantastic because I have advantage. Damn it. All right. Aha! I also have 20.
Excellent. 20 plus what?
It's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay.
I think it's a dirty 20. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dirty 20.
So
it's green. If
you get there and you both put your elbows down and lock hands and you start to you're not really starting yet. You're just showing each other that you've got some strength there. And in a moment, one of the girls yells, "Go!" And you push as hard as you can. And you're pretty strong. You actually do start to move his arm down, which he looks upset about. He does not look to be a fan of that. Before wham, he just slams it back over and puts your arm down. It does not feel good.
Oh. 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 Oh.
We can't even hear you laughing.
laugh.
I don't know why. I can hear it from the living room,
No.
but not over Discord for some reason.
That's hilarious.
I love your maniacal laugh.
I have it on. That's so funny.
Yeah.
I think you might have overloaded the mic.
I might have
Yeah, I
overloaded
was
the
gonna
room.
say that's what it sounded like.
And
Like it was just like no and
cut it off. Yeah. I slammed my hand down. Ah, you have bested me, good sir.
He nods,
There
takes a
is
silver piece.
that I can do. I stand up and pat him on the back. Ah, I failed, but I will return another time, stronger and wiser, if you would have me again.
Sure.
Yes. I will go up to the bartender / innkeeper.
Yeah. Shara.
Madam,
She
I
nods.
failed you. I failed you utterly, and there is no recompense.
You could pay me a
I
coin out of your pocket.
Hmm?
You could give me a coin out of your pocket.
No, that would not be a quest. Oh, however, is Melody's room paid up?
Yes, the girl is paid up through the end of the month.
Ah, very well then. Thank you kindly. I would ask a boon of you, though, if you would allow a man who has failed you so thoroughly to have one. May I pay you for the use of one of your stables, so that I may have a roof over my head to sleep tonight?
Just so that I'm clear, you want to pay me for a stable, but not for a room?
Hmm? Well, yes, I would. It's your stable. It would only be appropriate that I pay for it, and for the use of the roof.
Yes. She casts a glance towards Rialta. Yes, it'll be 1 silver.
Understood.
And I
Take
will
out a
lead him
silver,
to the
please.
stable.
She takes the silver and hands you a room key. Our stables are up on the 3rd floor. You're going to be the 4th room on the right.
Oh, that's very unusual. You treat your horses quite well. I
Well,
see.
They have very soft pillows.
They pull the carts from the mines, and that's a very important job here in Minas Grove.
I suppose that was very fair. Well, thank you for the use of your stable. Whether the hay is clean or not, have no fear, and I will make sure to turn it tomorrow before the horse uses it. I would not leave a dirty bed for the horse.
That's greatly appreciated. You could also do me a great favor and not tell anyone else that you slept in a stable here.
Understood. I completely understand. You have your reputation to keep, and
Yes.
though I failed you, I cannot let my failure sully your reputation. Of course.
Shara
I-
nods and turns away with a look on her face that says something to the effect of, I got to get a new job.
I assume once Cerberus walks away, Rialto will kind of look a little sheepish. My apologies that the scheme did not work as intended.
Don't think anything of it, Rialta. You've been a wonderful tenant while you've been here.
Rialta!
Yes?
The horses sleep on beds in this place.
Yes, the pillows are very comfy. You will not miss your pillow in the prison.
What are the rooms for people like? Do you fly?
Worry not. Just
You're
go
right.
to sleep.
I am undeserving to know, given my failure. Good night.
Good night.
I shall take my room, and I wink very obviously at the barkeep.
He gives
And
you a
then
big
close my
thumbs up.
I go to sleep.
Anything of note of interest happening here, Shauna?
Oh, no. Every night's the same as the last these days. So many people in town right now. A lot of them have been taken to making camps out in the middle of the markets. But, hopefully things will get back to normal relatively soon.
Yes, we have been sent to help with the issue in the mines, it sounds like.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. You solve that problem, you can stay here for free.
She blinks and looks at her. Truly.
Yes. Truly.
Mm. Mm.
She points motioning towards the stairs. He's going with you?
Yes.
Yeah, you can stay here for free if you get out of town and solve that problem.
She nods. Very well. I will keep that in mind.
At that time, Arissa comes over and relays the order from Brux and Caldana, and you see her go and pour two of the two large tankards of ale. This place kicks ass because these tankards are humongous, like
Nice.
way bigger. Like Brux, your village is very near Moon Bay, the where you were training. They drink a lot of wine in that village. A lot of elven spirits happening in there, and always served in very small glasses. Getting drunk is very expensive in that city. You get the feeling getting drunk in Mina's Grove is a lot cheaper.
Sounds right for a mining town.
Arissa winks at you, Rialta, as she walks past, very flirtatiously, and makes her way back over towards the table and sets both your drinks down. Here you are, girls. Anything that you're looking for tonight? I do know some of the single men, women, whatever your preference is, in town.
To look to Shauna. She seems nice.
Shara nods. She
Uh,
is very nice, and she gets very good tips.
Just a quick beat pause. No.
Okay. Well then, if there's
Maybe another night. Oh, sorry.
if there's anything at all that I can help you with, just call for Arissa, and I will be happy to come help. Okay then. She shifts away awkwardly.
Rialto will wave at her.
She waves
Politely.
back at you and winks.
She just nods. Rialto will actually come by the table, but she won't sit down. I do not wish to intrude, just to let you all know that Cerberus is safely asleep, as is Melody, and I suppose we will be quite busy in the morning.
Seems like that's the
Understood.
plan. If we can herd Varys out of here.
There will be a way. You just have to let him know there's a quest to do it.
Oh
He
my
seems
god, this
responsive to
pillow
it.
has a whole bird in it.
Honestly, I thought you were gonna stop at whole. So
So, your evening marches on. The environment gets pretty raucous as people continue to imbibe more and more drink. Caldana, you get the feeling maybe they're not sold out of the Scala Red, and maybe she was just trying to be nice. But
I feel
as
like I caught on to that originally.
yeah, I think you may have. Hi there, New York Stock Exchange. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. Such a good name. I love it. Welcome in, Raiders. We are currently in our second session of the Whispers in Silence, and we are Shinkason, thank you so much for the sub. We are currently coming to the ending of their first day. They're currently in the bar and actually just getting ready to start turning in for the night. If there was nothing else, players, that you wanted to do this evening,
I had a small thing.
do it. What can I do for you?
So probably a couple drinks in.
Yep.
Caldana's gonna look back over to Brooks. So, it's a weird question. Admittedly, not as weird as Rialta's. Do you say? Would you say you're ensnared by webs of fate?
blinks a few times.
That's not as weird as real.
I was gonna say, at least mine had an
No.
answer.
That's not as weird as the third sentence you say to somebody asking what their favorite childhood. No, that's not that weird.
You're right. One of those sounds like someone who fucking wears your skin. You're right. That's weird.
What? Oh, come on, man.
That's like psychopath levels.
At least say it's a bad icebreaker.
I would say sounding like a psychopath is a bad icebreaker. And that's coming from a guy that has upset everybody in this party so far.
Okay. I suppose you could frame it that way if you were so inclined.
Neat. Apparently, I'm gonna need your help to avert a calamity, which I actually get the feeling we all need to be together for. Unfortunately.
Quirks an eyebrow, takes a very long drink. I mean, I can't argue with that. Based off of my encounter, that seems to fit.
Yeah, well, if I avert the calamity, I get my life back, which means I can remember shit.
Your phoenix looks up at you as if it's disappointed in you.
Can't remember
Thanks, Mom.
anything.
Nothing before I met the Red Lady. I can make some guesses. There was a hole God knows how many 100 feet above me. But, the bird gets angry if I try to remember things.
Hmm.
The bird's preening right now.
That's, in some ways, some might consider such a happening gift.
Suppose we'll find out.
More drink.
All right. Eventually, you all retire to your room. It's a nice room. This is a really good quality inn, as Severus made clear. There's a whole bird in the pillow. But there's a comfortable bed. There is a wash basin in the room, as well as a mirror on the wall, and a map of the surrounding area on each wall as well. Sleep finds you all. You drift off into a slumber. Donna,
Oh no.
while you're sleeping, you do see an image in your mind. You don't know if it's a memory or a dream or something. Someone you don't recognize is laying on the ground in front of you. They look like they might be a dwarf. You're not certain. They're definitely shorter. Maybe a halfling. You're not really certain. What you do know for certain is that their skull has been caved in. And there is a lot of blood and brain matter everywhere. And that's all you see. And then you awaken with a start in the middle of the night. As you awaken, you notice one thing immediately. Your head really fucking hurts. It feels like it's on fire, and the phoenix is going like crazy.
Fire.
Great. Yep. Neat. Try to roll over, go back to sleep.
Eventually, the phoenix seems to go back down onto your back somewhere, and stops bothering you, and you're able to fall back asleep. The morning comes, and you all awaken. Do you all go down for breakfast?
Yes.
Of
Yes.
course.
Yeah.
Severus has already donned his chainmail and his helmet and his shield. Oh, I do have an important question though. What are the mattresses stuffed with?
The mattresses?
Yeah.
The mattresses are stuffed with a combination. On the bottom side, it is hay, and on the
Yeah.
top side, it has bird feathers.
Oh my god.
Maelstrom Radio, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in.
Thank you for joining Maelstrom Radio. Currently, Severus is learning how amazing beds are when you don't sleep in the woods your whole life. Severus looks a little. He's like, his mind is blown.
For an in-room bed, especially, like even for like just like people who have slept on beds, these are very nice beds, like insanely so.
Yes. I thought only gods and druids could sleep on clouds.
Cerberus is going to be ruined for when he has to go back to the God's grasp.
That's
So
You walk.
you all make your way downstairs. Cerberus comes down looking, huh?
He's the Amish kid that left.
Yeah. Cerberus comes down looking like a kid, like who just learned who Santa Claus is for the first time. Like it's just wonder on his face as he comes down. And you all discover that one of the coolest parts about staying at the Widow's Revenge. They are very famous for their breakfast. They have a full breakfast prepared in like a buffet style that you're allowed to just take from if you stayed the night before.
Yeah, to get some food because she is a dwarf and she needs food.
Shara is there having apparently she didn't cook. You can see that there's definitely cooks back in the kitchen, but she is already awake and nods as you all come down. Feel free, help yourself to however much you want to eat.
I'm
How about
sorry.
we can have the food here.
No, I understand that, but I apologize, Miss Shar. What is the ration for each of? I don't know how many people are here.
However much you want, take it.
However,
Walk
you-
past, start loading up.
Yeah, same.
I look at Brux and Caldana. Right, but how much can you put on the plate for one person?
Well, it depends. How much can you put on the plate for one person? She goes over, and on the wall, there's a plate that's just sitting on the table with the wall, and about a foot above that plate is a red line that's on the wall. And she looks at you. Now, you can load it up past there, but if it falls off, you lose, and you do have to eat everything on it to get the record.
Cerberus just looks at the plate.
Amazing.
Madam, I accept
Oh, no.
your quest.
All right. So you are going to try to load up a plate to beat it?
Yes, I would like to try to load it up to a foot and an inch at least.
It's a dexterity check to try to load up the plate without it collapsing.
You
You know
very
what?
well.
You know what? Seeing him start that, Brooks is gonna try too.
Dexterity
Yeah,
check.
I'm gonna try it.
Dexterity check.
Rialto will not, but we'll
Oh,
say
that is not-
I will
Oh,
be very
no.
amused as to who wins.
Cerberus seems very excited that everybody is joining in.
Hey, Kelly, you ever
16.
forget you're not playing one of your other characters?
Yeah. I play 4 games a week. Yes.
16.
That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20, 16. What did you get, Rob?
16 as well.
16 as well. Okay. All 3 of you are successfully able to load your plates up above the line. You are able to do it. And she nods. All right. Now you have to take it over to your table and eat it. Every bite. And if you
Cerberus.
throw up, you lose.
Cerberus smiles. Now this is a quest that I have never tried before.
I feel like this is where we find out if anyone dumped Khan.
So you take it over. You all take your plates over and you start eating. Rialta, you don't know what is going on, why everyone is suddenly so into this, but you know what? It seems fun.
It seems fun. I will just eat my pancakes.
Yep.
And sausage.
And yes, there are. By the way, I should have mentioned. Yeah, there's ham. There is sausage.
You
There
said
is
buffet.
flapjacks.
I had an image in my head.
Oh yeah. No, you're at the Marriott eating the continental breakfast right now. Except like except it's good. Like except it isn't trash. That's right, Marriott. I said it. Get fucked.
I do have an upsetting amount of sausage links on my plate, though.
Yeah.
It's not a foot high, but it is an upsetting.
No,
amount.
but it is an upsetting amount.
Exactly.
So you all head on over to your plate. I need everyone to make for me a Constitution check.
Understood.
I
Or
assume
you
I
don't
am
want to
fine.
rephrase that as a saving throw.
I do not. Trust me. The saving throw comes later.
Oh no.
The Constitution check, here it comes.
I'm gonna use that with it on one of those advantages.
That's what
I
I get
got
you
it.
to spend an advantage on.
I almost did it too.
19.
I almost
14.
did. I got an 18.
18, 19, 14, I heard.
Yes.
Okay. You
Fair,
are
that's
all
like the third roll I've made.
all of you start eating and you all have different strategies for how you're doing it. Some of you are kind of eating like just at a brisk pace, just another bite every so many seconds so that you can just keep going. Some of you are shoveling food into your mouth, just trying to get it to go down as fast as you can. And you indeed, you are now starting to crank your way through it. You're about through half of your plate. I need you all to make another Constitution check for me.
I'm gonna burn one of my
I too.
I'm finally
will use
cranking through some of
advantage.
these fuckers.
Well, since you called me on it, I'm not. Defiant. I should have. That's a 4.
All right,
Well, thank God I did.
21.
21.
I with advantage, I got a 12.
12. All right. Cerberus and Brux, you keep eating, and you're Brux, you have just been shoveling food into your mouth. It's just going. And here's the problem. Now you've reached the pancakes.
Oh,
And you've
I got those before I started this.
you made it to the pancakes, and like the pancakes were great because you could put them at the bottom and they would make a really solid base for the food so that it wouldn't tip over when you did it. But now you got to eat them, and no, you get through about half of them before you're just like, you know what? The line's that high for a reason. I'm done. Cerberus, you meanwhile, you've never eaten this much food in your life, let alone this much meat in your life. And you have discovered that when you eat too much meat, you start sweating profusely. You have got the meat sweats going. And it is rough. Like, you are sitting there and it is just dripping down. Like, it's getting into your armor. You think you might be rusting a little bit as you just...
turning into ham.
Rialta.
Yes.
It smells like ham at the table, and not because there's ham on the plates.
She's going to move a little away.
Yeah.
God.
Caldana, you keep cranking your way through this, and you, as your stomach is never been. Oh my gosh, Everiana, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, everybody. 4 raids tonight. Holy cow. Welcome. Look at all the first timers coming in. Welcome in, everybody. The softcore casuals are here to interrupt your regularly scheduled stream with some chill and cozy vibes. Well, welcome in. We're currently having an eating contest in the Widow's Revenge Inn on our player's second day in our second session here.
Much meat.
Yeah, we just had Cerberus basically pass out from the meat sweats, so he's out of the competition. And Brux unfortunately saved the pancakes for too late in the eating competition and could not get through them all. But Caldana, you crank your way through this. You don't know why, but you seem to be able to eat a lot of food. You don't need to eat often. Like, you don't often feel particularly hungry. But man, when you have the opportunity to eat, you do seem to really be able to put it away. And indeed, you are able to clean your plate. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
I'm burning another inspiration.
Oh my god.
I'm not losing it here.
This is the big finish. Can't lose here.
First roll was a dirty 20, the second one, 21.
21? All right.
Solid.
You sit there for a moment. And for just a moment, you feel your stomach gurgle. You feel it threaten to come back up. But you're tough. You close your eyes. You take a deep breath through your nose. And as you exhale, your stomach settles. And Shara is looking there shocked as you finish up. And she nods. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new breakfast champion, Caldana. Congratulations. And she brings you up and takes you over so you can make your line on the wall. And you do. You slash your line across. She's like, and she hands you the marker. Would you sign it for me, please?
Sure. It's probably not in common, but...
You can sign it in your native language. That's fine. So you write it in Tiefling?
Yeah.
All right. So in Tiefling, you scroll your name.
That's will clap. She doesn't understand what's happening, but she's happy that people are happy.
Everyone in the bar seems pretty excited about this. Like they were starting to gather around the table and watch. They're cheering you on, like hell yeah, Caldana. And then one of them, Shara, comes around and hands you a shirt that actually has lettering on it that says "I got stuffed at the Widow's Revenge."
Oh, I really want that shirt.
Well, I know what my commission of this character is gonna have.
Oh.
And so after breakfast, you all, very full, make your way out of the Widow's Revenge and head on down towards the main gates of the city where Brux you just entered yesterday. There you find a series of 7 wagons that have all been prepared. They're covered. Many of them are taking supplies, and there's a good 70 people here. No, not 70, more like 50 people here that are preparing to move out with this caravan. The 6th one down has been prepared for you all, and you all have a seat available. Captain Sagelin is there, standing near the back of it, and he good morning. How are we all doing today?
I have eaten the greatest and worst meal of my life.
Ah, the Widow's Revenge breakfast. It's famous, you know.
I've been
Caldana
outdone.
probably still has the shirt in her hands.
He raises his eyebrows.
Oh
Wow.
my God.
It's been a while since I've seen someone actually break the record.
Indeed. We certainly are a surprising group.
You
Yeah, the
most
purpose
certainly are.
Outright voracious.
Well, as you can see, everything's just about set to go if y'all want to climb on board. When you get there, you're going to look for Captain Oris, and they will be the ones you're going to report to. Just listen to their instructions, and you won't have any problems.
Since we're
Okay.
leaving now,
Very well. Straightforward.
can you carry a message to Rashaya? As Melody and I had promised to meet her.
You want me to go to Laakhi's Haven by myself? Yeah, sure. What can I?
We were to meet her at the shop.
Ah,
assist her.
of course, I understand. Yes. What message shall I take to her?
Simply send our regrets.
Well,
Explain our current mission, and we
Yes.
shall attend when we return.
You have to help her. You have to help her get groceries.
I have to help her get groceries.
Yes, of course. I'd like to roll a persuasion roll. Can I persuade him?
You may make a persuasion check.
Don't you see? She was arrested, taken in wrongfully. Oh my God! Accused. It is important that order and law maintain a trust with the local community. If not, the division of justice and the responsibility to the community can be shattered, broken, if that trust is broken. And if we should, I need to sit down. If we do not deliver on this promise, you will not only have failed her, but you will break little Melody's heart. You cannot break. He talks about Melody like she's not taller than him. That small girl's heart, can you?
He winces at that last bit. Like, he wasn't swayed at all until that last minute. He's like, "Ugh."
I will roll persuasion, and you damn right I'm going to use advantage. Yes, this is what I use it at. I will have 2 left after this.
Yes.
19.
Well done. He nods. Okay. Yes. I will go. I will deliver your message, and as by way of apology for yesterday's misunderstanding, I will offer to help her return groceries to Laakhi's Haven today.
You are a noble man. In another life, you could have been a knight. Oh my God.
He looks at his armor, shield, and sword and like,
Oh God.
I'm a knight in this. Okay. Anyway, you all, yeah. And he just walks away from you all. So the this wagon has been reserved for your party. There are numerous people who are just walking or riding on horses as they move along. There also are 4 armed guards who are escorting you. 3 of them at the front and 1 of them at the back, who are escorting you along the road towards Mina's Reach. It is well. Are you all ready to go?
I believe so.
Yeah.
You all climb up. It's a pretty standard covered wagon, basically what you would expect. It keeps the sun out of your eyes, which is quite nice. It is a simple wooden wagon being pulled by 2 horses, and it is a cloth canopy over the top of it. As you climb on, you hear eventually, it's about 10 minutes after that, when you hear a horn blow, and all of a sudden all the carts begin moving along, and you start making your way down the Silver Road towards Mina's Reach. It's about a half day's journey to get there. What are you all talking about?
These carts move a lot.
It does bump a lot. It is, although, interestingly, the road underneath you is not paved, but it's stone. It isn't. It is set stones all the way along this road, and you notice also that the wheels on the on this cart are reinforced. They're not just wooden, but they actually have steel on the inside of them that the wood goes bends over. You sense that this is likely a way of them being able to carry back heavy wagon loads and not get stuck in mud, and also not break their tires.
Solid.
Dwarven magic. Have you ever ridden in a wagon before, Brux?
From time to time.
Caldana, have you ridden a wagon before?
Somehow I doubt it.
Rialta, a wagon?
I don't believe so. I have certainly ridden on small ponies to get they're hardy on the mountains where we come from. They can the legends say that if you get a good enough pony that can stand even on the sheerest cliff. We call them Skyrim ponies.
Oh. Because they can climb so high, like to the rim of the sky?
Yes, indeed.
Oh. It's very nice. I haven't been in a wagon since I was 6.
This is when you were first taken as squire.
Yes. Yeah, it took me from my home to the God's grasp. What about you, Brux? Why have you ridden in wagons so often?
It's a convenient way to travel.
Oh, you travel a lot.
Look at how much faster we're going than if we were on foot.
Yes.
Sort of glances over at Rialta. Some of us more than others.
Oh, because of her short legs. Yes. Very true. Yes.
She just looks down and she just looks at all of you. It is only by my genetics that I am this much shorter than all of you.
Yes. But this way, we don't have to worry about keeping pace with each other.
That's smart. Have you traveled a lot, Brux?
Yes.
You a storyteller?
No.
Oh. Yeah, I kind of thought so.
Seems like the tall, quiet type.
Reserved, yeah.
Tall, reserved type.
Seems like that tells a story. He points at all the markings over your skin. I can't read it, though. Is it,
We don't... Oh, no, you go ahead.
Is it a good story?
Some think so.
You do not.
No, I do not.
Well, then he looks, puts his hand on Brux's shoulder. We have bled, so to speak, in battle together, Brux. Even if we have lost to a superior adversary. He nods to Caldana. But I hope this can be the beginning of a better one for you.
That's sort of the idea.
Yes, right.
As you're all talking, it's been about an hour, and the carts slow to a halt.
Something.
Cerberus, feeling slightly less fat. Excuse me, less fat. Will yeah, I belched. What are you gonna do about it? I ate a lot of meat. So yeah, he stands up and looks out the back of the wagon.
Back of the wagon, you don't really see anything as you're looking towards the back of the wagon train. There's a couple other people who are trying to see up ahead to try to see what the reason is. They stopped. And then a horn, the horn that you heard sound when everything started, blows again, and the only armed guard in the back you see go running past and go up towards the front.
It seems an
I'm
emergency
gonna
call.
follow that guard.
Samesies.
I will too.
As you stand in the cart, Caldana, an arrow whizzes through the cloth and goes right past your head and out the other side.
I believe we are under attack.
And that is where we will leave off for tonight.
Dang. Right when they shoot an arrow at your brain hole?